right. Thank you for stopping by Poop Dollar Podcast. Glad to have you here. We have Sean Haitz. He's a director and writer of a horror film coming out next year. It's called Cannibal Comedian, and it's definitely a horror film, very grimy and gritty and grungy. And it's also funny. He has stand-up comedians in it. He incorporates both worlds, and I'm in it. I play a stand-up comedian who works as a bartender and at this comedy club. And we talk about his early years in Florida and him getting into music and starting a band and then getting into filmmaking and then stand-up comedy, moving to Los Angeles, and his whole journey over here and him getting sober, him and, getting married and raising his little boy. So it's a lot of different topics that we cover. It is a long podcast, but you don't need to watch it in one sitting. You could just come back to it, or you could watch some of the video and then listen to some of it on Spotify or iTunes. Don't feel pressure to listen to or see the whole thing all at once. Cause he's such a good guy, and we worked on this movie together, and, we had a lot of different topics I wanted to cover. So that's why, we went long and we had a great time. So I know you'll enjoy it, and, definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel and, leave us a comment. And, check us out on iTunes and Spotify. We'll see you in the next video.
It's just...
Have you done any yet?
No, I haven't. Well, yeah. I did with my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But not interviewing. We're just shooting the shit, Yeah. I mean, it's different when you're, Yeah. I don't know. There's a slight delay, too. And,
yeah. And just freeze frames all of a sudden on a stupid face.
Have you had that?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. Or it's just, I think it was that one comedian. She was saying like you always at the end of the Zoom call, you look like you're like a little like mentally challenged or like a little off. You're like trying to find the okay, bye, and then you're like.
Yeah, right.
Trying to end it.
Yeah.
There's no way of getting around that. You could get really good at it and just be like this. All right, see you later.
Yeah.
Trying to find the end. People are probably getting good at that, but yeah, you always look really dumb.
Yeah.
All right, see ya. And then it's not ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Zoom fails where people are like, whipping out their hand lotion and they think the camera's off and they're about to go to town on themselves?
Oh yeah, that's funny. One girl, actually, this really happened in the beginning of this COVID thing or whatever, when they were doing a Zoom work call, where it's like 8 or 10 people on the thing, and she didn't turn her camera off and she went to pee.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's so bad. It's and then it was on Twitter, like someone leaked it.
Oh wow.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, dude, people are losing it's been happening, right? Losing their careers on Twitter.
Yeah. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. It is crazy.
We had to write in what was going on in this movie, Cannibal Comedian.
What's that?
We had to write in like what's really going on.
What do you
comedians mean? With the pedophilia and the
right.
What they need to do to get on stage. People,
Yeah, exactly. So we got Sean Haitz. Is it Heist or Heist?
Heist.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Haitz.
Heitz?
I like Heist. That would be a badass last name.
That would be. That is a cool name, dude.
Sean Heist.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, especially for a director.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
So it's Heist?
Heights.
Heights.
Like
Heights.
like HEIGHT.
Oh, okay.
But it's German.
Yeah.
So AI is like EI.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
You don't speak German?
Guten Tag. Guten Morgen.
Yeah.
That sounds like a bank.
So we were talking about that we incorporated, current events into the movie, which I thought was really cool because it was all happening while we were shooting the film. And, it was major news. I mean, all these comedians got accused of, pedophilia and, almost like rape, some of them. So, I mean, it's not a good look, but it's what's happening right now. And, so it's cool. So, the movie is current.
Yeah, it's super current, and like it's, and then we're shooting during COVID, and then that stuff's going on.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, what we're doing, and it just not pressure, but like the feeling of like really going against the grain, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Being artistic, shooting, and then going at that really heavy stuff that really happens in the comedy world. I mean, I wanted to touch on it when I first wrote the script.
Yeah.
People will do anything to get on stage, and how people are treated on the underground or whatever if you're on top. But it was cool to to throw that stuff in there, some real stuff, because the movie is pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
And then you throw in some real stuff in there. Why not? I mean, it was cool that you were totally down to do it because you're a comedian,
Yeah.
And there was that other comedian we wanted to play the other part, and he was all like, "No, man, I don't want to do that because I know some of those guys, and it's really not cool." So that even made me more like, "Oh, this is good stuff."
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's true, man. That's a good point. I'm the same way, dude. So
You were down.
Yeah, totally. It's just people. I mean, especially comedians. They're really they don't like speaking out against other comedians because they could possibly be missing out on a future road gig, or what I mean, or who knows what, But so they kind of keep their thoughts to themselves when it comes to other people in the industry. So,
or they have like skeletons in the closet that they're like,
yeah.
Or they really do. I mean, I guess any human would want to back away from someone that is getting in a lot of trouble that was supposedly one of their good friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot going on this year. I was thinking, I mean, I can't feel bad for these people, but I can think like, what are some of these comedians going to do? Some of them are pretty young. Like, I mean, I guess they can bounce back at some point, but like to be on top and then to like now you can't even do a podcast.
Yeah. I mean,
like, what do you do all day? Like, I was also thinking, like, wouldn't you go back to the demons that are what's killing you, like with like sexual stuff or whatever they're getting in trouble for? Like if I had now I have no time. Now my brain is going to go like, it might go negative. I mean, you can go either way.
Yeah.
But now you have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Now you could really go dark.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true, dude.
Like they might even get worse.
Yeah.
But hopefully they get help.
Yeah.
And realize.
That's a good point, dude. Yeah. Because we have so much time right now, right?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So.
Have you been getting on stage?
No, just those open mics we did for Cannibal Comedian. So the scenes called for an open mic or a show, and we went ahead and had one at the famous Workaholics house, and it was really fun, dude. And made me miss it more. But it was a lot of fun being on stage, and it was also a little weird too because I've never gone that far with long without being on stage, so that was weird too. But Yeah, dude, it was awesome.
Yeah, and now you just have to find other creative outlets.
Yeah. And here we are.
Yeah.
Dude, like, yeah, I mean, like, you know, like we were saying, like, you know, we're left at home and, you know, you got to do something, you know? So,
I mean, you've been going out, like going places.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, where there's no people. And
right.
Really get to, I mean, you know, nature is doing good right now.
I think so. Yeah.
Like the birds are happier.
Yeah.
Like cars are off the road.
Dude, big time, dude.
Like,
You can,
like,
the skies never look clear in
yeah.
LA, dude.
Yeah.
Like never, man.
Yeah.
You know, I go for hikes, you know, and so you get above, you know, ground level, and then you get to even see it more clearly.
Oh, yeah.
And dude, it's crazy with you know, how Mother Nature has recovered, dude. I'm sure we added at least a couple days to the big apocalypse or big doom.
yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's definitely a lot cleaner, I would say.
Yeah. It makes me think of the place we shot out like 250 miles
Oh yeah.
out in the desert.
Yeah.
Route 66.
Oh yeah.
It was 100. Amboy.
Yeah.
Amboy.
Amboy, yeah, with the salt flats over there, which was super cool.
In a volcano.
In a volcano, yeah. Dude, at 116 degrees, man, it was like extreme. Dude, I mean, I get sweaty just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool, man. But I mean, what kind of interesting places has filmmaking taken you besides a volcano and in a little town with a population of 4?
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And, we just made it our playground.
Yeah. So much fun, dude. We had like the whole place to ourselves.
Yeah, and my first few films were shot mostly in Florida. So, I mean, there was some cool, I'm always all about like going to cool places. One place was called Emerson Point, and it was out in this beautiful beach that was, it was like a national park.
Cool.
And probably not supposed to be filming out there. But, I mean, that was really cool. And then you get real nature. There was a huge, I forget what type of snake, but it just like goes by and catch that. And then going out in these mangroves, which are like, they look creepy too. They're out in, mostly in Florida. The fish feed off them, and they help with the erosion or whatever, the hurricanes and stuff. But they're illegal to cut down. But they have these canopies that they grow into like a tunnel. And so my first film, we found those, and we're going in the canoe through like a tunnel.
Oh.
And you got the sun coming through, and that was a cool spot. And then like coming out to California, and then shooting like out in Amboy and Morongo Valley.
Yeah.
You know that place.
Yeah. Morongo is super cool. It's right next to Yucca Valley and Joshua Tree.
Yep. Yeah.
So I mean that I think it's like 2,200 miles above LA, like as far as height. So
high desert.
Yeah, the high desert, and it's really cool over there.
I think the most fun was when back in Florida, when before we had drones, we were shooting out of a helicopter.
Oh,
and that was sick. Like and directing, like we had like this 50 Chevy that's just flying down just this dirt road, and we're hovering over like your drone, but like with a helicopter.
Oh wow.
And then the most baller thing was when the helicopter, there's no cars, so the helicopter, I had to get out, and I forget the reason why. I think I had to direct something or something. So the helicopter landed, and I got out of the helicopter, and then it went back up.
Wow.
Like I just felt like baller.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
The director is here. Like,
Yeah.
So it came down, but that was before drones.
Yeah.
You don't really need to do that anymore.
Wow.
But that was sick.
That is sick, man.
Yeah.
And did you have a headset on where you're communicating with the pilot?
Yeah. Pilot and down below with the actors and stuff.
Yeah. Wow. It's really cool, man.
Yeah, that was fun. But I'm really stoked about this film. It's like everything that I love in one, with the stand-up comedy and just comedy itself, and then horror. Yeah. Big horror fan. So
how long were you working on the script or the idea? Did you have the idea for a while, or is this something that just came up?
Probably we're talking 3 years now with the thought of the idea, and then starting to brainstorm, and I was working for this show called Siren, and the producers on that show worked on From Dusk Till Dawn, the series, and the Scream series from MTV, and they started. I just pitched them the idea, and they thought it was really cool. So that, I mean, I would have done it anyways, but they gave me that little inspiration, and I'm like, yeah, this would be fun. And so I started writing. I'm not like a true screenwriter, so I was like trying to read the books and like Screenwriter for Dummies and stuff like that. And I try to read that stuff, but I'm just like, ugh. Yeah. It's hard to, because I'm like I'm like you, just like doing it. I need to get out there. I need to go make this happen.
You're a running gunner, right?
Yeah, I'm a running gunner. But with this one, since I had worked on these TV shows and worked on set of big movies and watching how the Hollywood machine runs, I really wanted to like try to copy that, because it was just such a beautiful thing, and like and so professional. So with a skeleton crew, once we were shooting, I got the right people, and like in my first couple movies, I'm like, I guess you're a grip. Or a PA, I don't know. Like we didn't have an AD, like I didn't even know what that was. And so, but yeah, about 3 years ago, started writing it, and then it went through so many changes, 2 other writers on it. And then at the end of it, I never got the initial like finances. So I had to like go bare bones with it. Like for instance, one of the characters, Crystal, she was supposed to be like basically locked in this basement cell, dungeon, very, very, very big and scary looking and very horror, whatever. But we ended up, I don't have a dungeon, and we didn't get the cell, and there was another character that was supposed to be another victim that lives in there, and he got cut out, and then I made her where she just is in the other bedroom, and she's locked to the bed in the killer's house. Okay. Because he doesn't even have a basement. So like stuff like that. You have to do that, especially if you're not getting the budget. But I feel like some people will write a script like, I need $2 million to make this, and are like, well, I can't make the movie then, because if I can't. So I actually enjoyed like going bare bones with it. Like, what can I actually like physically do? What can I think, and what context do I have to actually do it? And that's the way I had to go about it. Like, there's probably some things I would have wanted to do, but it's all trial and error too. And this whole project is like everybody's involved. Horror fans, comedy fans. You came on and helped produce some stuff, and so that's the way. With a small budget, that's the way you got to do it. I mean, it's the most fun because it's collaborative. With everybody.
Yeah, it is fun, and it seems like you use your creative mind to think about how you're gonna, shoot the scene that you want to do, with the low budget, or you get creative like, on who can you use to help you out, maybe raising some money for it, or I mean, you're just using your creative mind in other ways, I feel, which is cool, Yeah,
and once you get on the train and you start meeting people, that person knows that person that can help you with that, and then you go,
yeah, which is really cool. Yeah. So I mean, that's why it's in your best interest to be a cool person, because your reputation will follow you.
Yeah.
And it's like it's a small little town. After you've been here for a while, and you start working with the same people, and maybe not directly, maybe they're a grip, and they've worked on a different film as a PA or a different thing, but they hear things and they talk. So I mean, it's always good to be a cool person, and your reputation speaks for itself, and you'll end up working with some really cool people. Because they'll just they'll say good things about you, and we worked on this other project and it was super low budget, but it was super cool.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess like the I don't know, I feel like I could work with anyone, but there is like, okay, so what's his name? The Christopher Nolan. I just heard this thing from the actor who played Blade. I can't remember his name.
Wesley Snipes?
No. Oh no, that was Blade. Sorry, Spawn.
Oh,
do you remember
okay.
Spawn?
Yeah. Michael. No, it was in. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He was in The Dark Knight.
Yeah. And so he was talking about the scene in The Dark Knight, and the way Christopher Nolan approached it. He said that the set was so like laid back, so cool.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan was super cool, and like he that actor said, what kind of accent should I have, or should I do an accent like this, or how should I go about this? He's like, hey, what do you think? And I kind of have that same that approach. He's like, what?
Yeah.
I have that same approach. I want to see what do you got? Because I only have my brain.
Yeah.
And if other people are working and we're all in this environment, we're all going to be on the same page.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying anything like, oh, I'm like Christopher Nolan, but I liked that. I mean, that was my approach to filmmaking, and I never knew that insider until very recently, how he goes about his sets and his directing and stuff like that. And then there's the super like probably sets that are like you don't want to talk, it's like maybe I guess highbrow, or I don't know what the right word is, but it's like I mean, I know Quentin Tarantino, he's another one that I look up to as like he's probably a lot of fun, and he also gets shit done.
Yeah.
And he makes it like we're all like lucky to be making movies, and this is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And, and sets the tone for the set.
Yeah. Yeah. But what I heard from Tarantino is that, pretty much what's on the page is what's being said.
Right. Yeah. That's the difference with him.
Yeah.
I'll do some improv. But he writes brilliant words.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Right.
Yeah. So, I know that someone else can come up with something better sometimes. I'll have some things where I'm like, no, you got to do it like this. That is the way it's got to be. And the actor will keep doing something else. But I know in the outcome that it's going to be way better and way cleaner and come across better if you just do it this more simple way, or whatever it is. I'm just thinking like with working with some of the actors, because I know that they're thinking like it needs to be bigger and do something like this, and I'm talking jokes too, because some of the jokes I know that they'll come across better if they're just really clean and precise.
Yeah.
and it's the character. I mean, if it was a Bill Burr, like some of the comedians, then he talks a lot.
Yeah.
But like with Cannibal Comedian, I want it more like Rodney Dangerfield, like these punny one-liners, but that's going to come across the pop culture better.
Right.
Because it just does. One-liners. If you know, I have a coffee cup that has all the greatest lines of every movie. You know, Make My Day, and it has all those.
Yeah.
And they're all one, like little, it's like one line.
Right.
Simple, but just really effective. And that's how I approach my music too. I write and sing and play guitar, and I really try to, a little bit like Tom Petty does, you know, it's simple, but it's catchy, and it's got a lot of depth.
Yeah.
With simple words.
Yeah.
And simple chords. And I try to, I don't go all like, probably because I can't, but I'm not like that technical anyway. So I really try to zone in on how I can make this very simple, but also come across really strong. Like, I don't know, like Weezer or like Devo, they are what they are. Like, and it's got like a simple but really like punchy sound, and you love them. And like for Devo, for instance, I'm going way back to the 80s, but they have that look. Yeah. They have the look, they have the sound.
Yeah.
They're super tight. They're not playing like some crazy Metallica riffs.
Right.
But they are this unit, and it's so super tight. So you got to find where your niche is and try to I'm trying to find that with my filmmaking. I've had a lot more years with the music part. Just I don't know why. I went back and forth with music and movies, but I'm kind of catching up on my filmmaking.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, especially nowadays. I mean, I thought it was just me that wanted to do so many different things, but you know what I'm seeing out here in California with a bunch of creative types like you and you know other musicians or actors or filmmakers is you know, there's more than one love that they have, you know, towards things. I love music, you know, I don't play any instruments, but, you know, I used to DJ, you know, and, you know, so I love music, you know what I mean? But, you know, I love acting, you know, and stand-up comedy, you know, so, you know, so I'm into like different things too. And, you know, I totally, you know, respect and admire somebody that does multiple things. I mean, you're a filmmaker, but you're also, you know, a musician.
Failed at stand-up.
Stand-up, yeah. You know, you're a dad. You know, you're a great dad. And,
thanks, man.
yeah, you're a Floridian, that's a job within itself, you know? Yeah.
This one producer on the show I worked was like, "Oh, you're from Florida? Oh, I like Floridians. They're very weird, creative people." Like, and I took that as a huge compliment. Like, oh yeah, people from Florida are kind of fucking weird. But he in a good way. He meant like for, you know, coming, because he's talking like coming to Hollywood. Oh, you're a Floridian,
right.
Because I guess he's ran into other Floridians that are weird and creative. Like Pee Wee or someone.
Yeah.
Because he's from New York, but then he grew up in Florida.
Oh, that's cool.
But
yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's a cool, you know, kind of like stereotype to live up to, right? You know, that you're weird and creative.
Yeah.
You know, which is cool. I once went into an audition totally unprepared for it. I probably had that was probably like my 5th audition that day. And, you know, I was just going to wing it. You know, I'm just reading it in the car on the way over there.
Yeah.
And I get there and the casting director, you know, I think he liked my look and he was just like, you know, yeah, I think this is a great character for you and this and that. And I'm like, yeah. And then he was asking a question. I was he's like, where I'm from. And Like, I'm from Chicago. He's like, oh, man, I love Chicago actors. They're so good. I just love, like this and that. And I'm thinking in my head, oh, shit, I'm about to disappoint the hell out of this guy. And I'm totally going to, because I didn't prepare for it, I just like this. But, like, that was a reputation, a reputation that I couldn't live up to.
Well, even like for the comedians, like from the 90s with the what's the theater, the improv theater?
Oh, Steppenwolf? Which one?
The one where like Chris Farley came out of.
Oh, Second City?
Second City, yeah. Like they all came from there.
Right. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, I did Second City out here.
How was that?
It was great. It was really good. But like, what kind of Chicago person, leaves Chicago to do Second City in L.A.?
Yeah.
This is, but yeah, it was cool. Yeah, no, those guys there, they really know their stuff. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, or some of these teachers are a little bitter though, right? Because they wanted to be like Will Ferrell or something, and then they're teaching. But I did one at the Groundlings, just the first the intro class or whatever,
which you have to audition for, right?
No,
you don't.
No, not for the intro.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I did okay in that one.
Yeah.
But those guys there, they seemed cool though.
Yeah.
They didn't seem, but the one that I did in New York way back, they seemed a little more bitter. Like maybe it was just that teacher.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to be, or thought they should be at another level. I don't know that. I don't know that. I would imagine that happens, but it seems like some of these guys out here are just young guys, and they got their own group, and then they're teaching a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's all good.
Yeah.
Do people get a lot? I don't know. I have this feeling that people don't know their limitations, and they don't find out until they like die or something. like
are you talking about me?
No,
my face?
No, man. You're awesome. You're awesome in the movie too. You're a good actor
man.
too.
Oh hell no!
Oh hell no! I have my limitations. I'm not. I know that I can't be playing the NBA and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love basketball. I was good at it, but I just mean like someone that I don't know. Just actors that just keep on doing it. I mean, I get it. You just got to keep on going, right? Yeah. But some people. Okay, here it is. So I feel like it's hard to be in the middle where you're super talented and obviously lucky, and you're a really hardworking person, and you know that you're good. I feel like those are all really hard things to get. You either are like really awesome, and then you like ruin your life with drugs and alcohol or something, and you don't try hard enough, or you're not good hardly at all, and you think you're the greatest person ever. Self-delusion. I feel like there's a lot of that in LA though, but do you think
definitely with comedians too?
When I did comedy for 8 months or something like that, I would see it, and then they would come back in and do it again, the same act, like every week, and I was just like, what are they doing? I mean, I guess they're not looking to be famous. They're just looking to have an outlet to just like it's therapy, right? Maybe for some of these people, like
I don't know, man. Like it's I mean, it is definitely therapy for a lot of people. Absolutely.
Is it therapy though at an open mic where it's just comics not laughing at you? Like what is that? There's a lot of crazy people out there, so
that's brutal. That's what it is.
Stand up is brutal.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
why.
It's really brutal.
Cannibal even has a hard time on stage.
Yeah,
even if you're this, that was the whole thing of it. Like even if you're a serial killer, cannibal, to bomb on stage still sucks.
Yeah. And it was
Like,
great too because he also went through the part where he's not getting any spots. And he confronts the club owner, the booker, like, hey, man, why are you getting on spot? This guy's on stage, which is so realistic, you know, which was so great to see in a movie, you know, and be a part, you know, there for the scene and stuff. It was really cool.
I hope the movie comes out good where I can be like, oh, I did my research, you know, because I went and did stand up for like 8 months and saw how, like, one time I saw this guy and I thought he was homeless. Mm-hmm. And then he gets on stage and kills. Like he had his big backpack. He came in. He was just looking rough. Yeah. And just his head down. His hair was all wet. And he came in the Ha Cafe. I'm like, whoa. I thought it was just a homeless guy. I know who you're
talking about.
Yeah, probably. Curly hair. Yeah. I saw him come in and I'm like, man, this guy almost looks like homeless. Mm-hmm. And then he just kills on stage. Yeah. I'm like, wow, this is a crazy world. Yeah. And it's not that he was homeless or anything. It's just, it really, they do turn it on like they're another person on stage. Yeah. But yeah, it's crazy. I didn't have the whatever it is to keep it going. Like, I envy you and other comics that can, just the
craziness. That's what, you know what I mean?
Get up like, I want to get good. I would love to do it. Like, I would love to be able to, because I've went through all the emotions. Yeah. And I went through bombing. Mm-hmm. I went through waiting 5 hours and then not going up, or the booker going, yeah, we're gonna get you up soon, man, and then you don't go up. Yeah. And or going up right at the end and no one's there. Yeah. Going up with the open mic where the comics aren't even paying attention, and you're just kind of bombing, and it's really uncomfortable. I did the Comedy Store, and I actually did really well one time with one of my characters. Yeah. So I've kind of went through the whole experience within the 8 months that I was like, but I had this, I do get that killer instinct where I'm going to fucking do it. You know, I'm going to make it happen. And then it just kind of dies out a little bit. So maybe that's not my passion. Filmmaking, I kind of, in music, I just keep like, it's almost simmering. If I'm not doing it, it's still like a little bit hot. Like it, you know, when you are just kind of keeping something warm on the pot. Yeah. Like, music and film. Oh, okay. I'm always gonna pick up a guitar. Nice. If I'm feeling bad or whatever, I'm gonna write. Cool. Film. I'm always gonna be filming something at some point, even if I'm going through like a depression or something. But stand up, I can drop that. Yeah, because it's very hard and it's very scary. And,
I think because you're reliant on people. You know what I mean? You're relying on so many people, and there's politics involved. You know, not that there's not politics involved in music and filmmaking, you know, I'm sure
different
there are.
Type.
Yeah, you know, but you know, what is exhausting to me is that part of the stand-up comedy is the politics and going through that, you know, because I could bomb, you know, on a consistent basis, you know, I'll get up the next day, you know what I mean? I'll get over that, you know, I can handle that, you know, but I can't handle, you know, having to, you know, kiss somebody's butt, you know, to, you know, get up in certain places, you know? Yeah. And, you know, or, you know, other sort of politics, you know, seeing other people, you know, get spots and stuff like that. And, you know, you've been waiting to get into that place, you know, so yeah, dealing with that is tough.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of something. The part where I lost my train of thought.
Well, we were talking about the politics and how you could, you know, you're not relying on so many people when you're doing filmmaking or music, and
especially music. I could just pick up a guitar.
That's awesome.
What was it? I think it's the part where just having that drive. I got it. So like with so like ultra sensitive person, and self-sabotage my life. Like I can ruin everything in 5 seconds. So I'm always like, thank God I didn't move back to Florida when I got really upset not that long ago, because now I got a new producer on the film. And also I have a family. I have that like runaway, like instinctual thing. And if something goes down, then, but I don't, I understand. I'm smart enough to understand when you go into the stand-up world, where you bomb and it sucks, but I understand that. Well, no, that's just part of it, and I never really had like a group of friends because I didn't do it long enough. But I understood that I could go up the next night, it's fine, and do the same jokes, and do better. Although like I'm ultra sensitive in regular life, but I can take the you suck on stage for some reason, which is maybe because it's so brutal that I'm just like whatever. But even like I had some really bad reviews on my last film, and I most of them at first I'm like, oh fuck you, dude. Do you know how to make a movie? Do you know how to like but the initial and you just get mad because, they're talking crap about something you worked really hard on. But sometimes they say something that you're like, yeah, that makes sense. But I don't get all butthurt with a 1 star out of 5-star review. Like, there's just people are going to do that, and that's the way it is. But that doesn't really affect me either. Mm-hmm. So it's funny, like the certain things that, would affect a normal person. Going to do stand-up and bombing, they would never want to do it ever again. The reason why I stopped is like I got other things going on. I think I did the last time I did do it, I did bomb, but I was I did I did in Arizona with Ryan Stalder.
Oh, okay.
And I did an early show, and I did
Name
decent.
Dropper.
Yeah. Is that all right? He'll love it. He's got locations if you want.
Yeah. Right.
Ryan, I went to Arizona and I did a show, and I did fine. I got some chuckles and some laughs, and a couple people said that was funny. And then the later one, I totally just like bombed so hard. And then and the worst is when the MC makes fun of you. Like that's the classic.
Yeah.
But when he goes off, and then when he makes fun of you and everybody laughs at that. Oh. So at least I set him up for jokes. Yeah. Because they weren't laughing at any of his jokes.
Is that what happened?
In
Arizona?
I think, yeah. So I did good. Bastard. I did decent, and then but I just did really bad. It was just whatever. I'm new at it. Like it. Yeah. Like. One, I killed at the Comedy Store. Yeah. And then my ego and all my, like, everything, because I'm doing this character called Bartek, and he's kind of like a mix, like a Robin Williams-y kind of Andy Kaufman, kind of very silly guy. I got my pants hiked up here. I'm going old school with the jokes, like old dad jokes. Yeah. And my dad's really silly, so I was kind of like taking in on his. Yeah. So I don't think there's a lot of people out there that are doing like that weird thing anymore. Yeah. And I did really well, and I improv'd off the crowd. They said something, and it just came to me. I said something really funny, and then I was in, and that was like really cool. It was in the belly room, and then after the show, I was just like, man, I'm like Robin Williams. Like, and the booker was like, oh, I'll get you up again, man. It was a big crowd for the belly room. And, I was super high. Yeah. Like from that. But like, I don't know if I did comedy again for a while after that. Like, so that's what's weird about my, my drive. Like, like, well, no, okay. You think you're Robin Williams, will go up tomorrow night and bomb. Yeah. Go up, you got to just keep.
Yeah. Just keep getting up on stage.
Yeah. If you really want it. Or if you really love it.
If you really want it, and if you really love it. Yeah. But you were like, I'm good. And then
I don't know what it was.
Other stuff.
Yeah. I might have had just started my band again or something.
Did you know your wife at that time?
No, I wasn't with her at the time.
So you can't blame your wife.
Yeah, I know.
It is good. I stayed away from relationships because I never wanted to blame the girl for ruining my stand-up career.
Yeah,
I wanted to
and it
do
can
it
go
on
either.
my own.
Yeah, and they can go either way with them. They can be a good support. Like Yoko, my wife, she was super supportive of this movie. I mean, we have a 1.5-year-old boy, and and she's working too, and I'm gonna shoot a whole movie like when he's like not even 1 yet, you know. But she was really good with helping with scheduling and just without her okay, it would have been really hard to make it happen. Plus, she had some connections. She literally helped with the movie and put in for it, and so yeah, she's helped my career.
That's great
in my life. I mean, I have a boy, like a son that right now he's talking a little bit, but who knows? I mean, I was never even around any like babies my whole life, so like this whole thing is such a insane kind of out of body experience, like watching him grow up, and then he surprises you with like learning things like, how did you even learn that? And just like, I know this stuff's boring, but
like what?
Well, even the wheels on the bus go round and round. He's a year and a half, and he's doing. We go up and down, and he's going up and down, and he's doing the thing, and then
doing a dance.
Yeah, doing the dance. And he says dance, and then he starts dancing. I love that. And then the other thing, before I bore everybody to death, he loves hats. Like he'll make anything a hat, a pot, a hat, any. So I know that he's really silly. He'll put a hat on top of a hat, and it's really funny. He just runs around, and a very silly boy. And I can't wait to, I hope I have like a full on career, and then he can, because I don't look up to my dad, so I just want him to look up to me.
It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And so I mean, like you said, I think the right woman will motivate you to do better, and take you to different levels. And I've heard that of kids as well. So now that you have a boy, you could speak from experience.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's I mean, I don't know. I don't want to turn it into a therapy session.
No, but like, I mean, now you have, 2 mouths to feed, right?
Yeah.
So
well, she's feeding right now while I'm just this artist.
Yeah.
Going, I'm gonna make it, babe. I got a movie I'm gonna be selling soon, and
she's all in.
She's in, yeah. I mean, you can future trip, like think. Like, what if I just keep not making movies that make money?
Yeah.
But, it's been a blessing because her work is 5 minutes and it's her own business from the house.
Mm-hmm.
So she can always be there. And then the COVID thing, we've just been home anyways. But I've been at home dad this entire time while I'm writing the script and working on my stuff. So it's all worked out really well, creatively, and we're okay, financially we're okay. Everything's good. So, it'll just be, like a, cherry on top if, I get this movie out there and it actually, gets my name's already out there, but, to actually, start getting a career for, doing what you love. 'Cause I think some people it's hard for them to just find what they love.
Yeah.
So I've found that I really love filmmaking. I mean, I've loved it since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I was doing fan films of like Scream. When I was like 13, we talked to the elementary school. We went and shot scenes. They didn't know that we had knives and we were doing a killer thing, like a horror film. But like I had, friends, I had extras, like I already knew how to like fill up the school where it looked like a real school day, and we got the cameras moving with the actors, and I'm 12, 13, and we're doing the car running over someone, and I got, even back in the day you could still get prosthetics like those neck slits and make that shit look good, and so I was shooting stuff like movie stuff way, like even when I was really young, but I was already like good. I guess I was good at like bringing people together, just make something happen, and have fun with it. So right now I'm at that point again. It took a long time with my ups and downs with life. I guess that, so I'm finally at that point again, and it really is just make it happen. You really just got to make it happen, because other people have asked me. I know a guy, a friend of mine who has a friend that's a filmmaker and just had a boy. He's about a year and a half. He's like, how the hell did Sean make a whole feature film, with like a small budget and made it all happen? And I think it starts with just you don't know. You're just going to try.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you just go for it.
Yeah, you just go for it. That's how you are.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I love being out here in California. I mean, not that this place, is the only place that has people like that, but I think there's just a lot more of them here, which is really cool. I love meeting, I doubt I wouldn't have met you if I was still in Chicago. Right. And if you were still in Florida, we wouldn't have met either. So it's really cool. And dude, I just love that sort of spirit and attitude. Just go for it. We'll figure it out on along the way. Yeah. Kind of like this podcast, and what advice I heard, which I really liked, is start before you're ready. Because we're always okay. When I'm ready, when I get this whole podcast thing down, then I'll start. No, you just start and you'll figure it out. Yeah, and so that's the way to do it, man. And that's what you do, and I love to see that, because I mean, that's the way to do it, and that's the way you get things done, dude. I've heard Tarantino, talk about, dude, like just. Making things happen out of his small apartment in Marina Del Rey. You know what I mean? And just like getting stuff done. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, And
then Robert Rodriguez, like with his first film, he, I guess he got the budget through like getting, do you know the story?
Oh, well, I know that he put his movie all on credit cards.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that part too, yeah.
Which is amazing.
But you can get money through trying out new drugs and when they're doing...
That's right.
I don't know if they were what they were giving him or whatever, but he went to like labs and stuff to get money.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, he did do that.
He'll be passionate.
Dude. He was a human experiment. Yeah. Wow, it's crazy, dude. Yeah. I remember hearing an interview with that, and I want to surround myself with people like that, dude, because that sort of thing is, what's going to keep you going, dude, because if you're only motivated by money, that's not going to fill the hole. It's going to fill it for a short amount of time. But, for the long run, you're going to need something like the love for it to fill you up. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm big on meditation and all that stuff too. And I'm sober. That was one part when I put my life through the, just like hitting like bottoms and stuff like that, and I realize where I'm at, and and being sober, it's like, okay, when I stop drinking and doing anything that fucks me up, I'm now completely insane. So now I gotta like try to like work a program and try to get out of this like insane self-centered person with that also like thinks he's amazing and hates himself at the same time. So it's just like this insanity. And like I said before with the self-sabotage stuff, and I got like anger like stuff too, and it all stems from fear. And maybe fear of losing what you have, fear of what you don't have yet, all that stuff. And I know that every human being has all those things. I just think, me personally, I think some of the things are amped up a little bit. And I can justify as like, well, I'm an artist. That's why I'm, super sensitive and very in touch with my feelings and all that stuff. But I can also like be like, that fucker trying to take advantage of me. Fuck that guy. I hate him, and then be like, whoa, hold on a second. Like my brain is almost like it's like, I don't know, it's not like my brain is messed up, basically. I was trying to get all like sciencey. I can't get sciencey. I don't even know any big terms. Just whatever, the chemicals in my brain, like the wiring, like my heart, that's what it was. My hard wiring is a little bit off, and I can step back and be like, whoa, that's crazy that I'm thinking that way.
Yeah.
And so from there, I've made a lot of mistakes, but I also, I just know for me, it's much better, whatever, being clean, because I honestly, I can't handle, I go down the, the dumps really fast. Like, I think the last time I drank, I like was, just, I almost looked at it as like, how if you loved ice cream and you hadn't had ice cream for like 5 years, and then you just go fucking bananas with the ice cream. So I did that with the alcohol, and I just okay, I'm good.
Wow.
Yeah, but
last time you drunk?
Yeah. Yeah, I went. I think the second or the last one. But I, unfortunately, it doesn't work for me. But also, it gives me a chance to be a better person and learn more. Like Russell Brand, he's open with his sobriety, and I kind of go like, that guy's really cool.
Yeah,
like, he's a modern day like Jesus. Like he's and he's a comic and a performer, and I find these really cool people to look up to.
Yeah,
and
he's a good one.
Yeah,
that guy's brilliant.
Yeah,
and I very talented.
Oh yeah, and I get my high from other things like filmmaking and meditation and just all sorts of other stuff. Also, I'm a caffeine addict too.
Gotta love the caffeine, dude. Me too.
Yeah. I thought I'd get real on this podcast. People get really.
Well, that's what I was hoping, man.
You're like, shit, man. You just crack open a beer.
Yeah, I was like, I hope Haitz doesn't bring that fake shit. You know what I mean? His bag of tricks. I don't need to see that. Yeah. He just brought a little bag
of shit.
No, dude. That's and you quit cold turkey?
It was a process. It was like I would do something really stupid, and then there's people in my family that are in the program and are sober, so it wasn't like foreign to me. So I would go to like a meeting, like an AA meeting, when I do something really destructive or stupid, or like feel like I ruined my entire life. But it didn't happen all the time. Sometimes I could just go drink. Yeah. It was just eventually something bad just happens, and I go, and I just get addicted to whatever makes me feel good. Like really addicted. I mean, I literally haven't been addicted to booze in a long time. And there is something about stopping doing it that you're just not addicted anymore. But like I said, like what happened, when I stopped, I realized like how, like, cause, I guess with drinking, you're trying to like, you're trying to feel good, but you're trying to erase the feelings. And then the feelings come back even worse, and then you have more bills coming at you, and then you just keep drinking, and your life just keeps going down, and then you keep drinking, and it's getting worse and worse. So once you stop, you're like, okay, now you gotta, work with some people that have been sober, and you kind of look up to them as like a sponsor or like a sensei, like a teacher. Like, well, this guy has a really nice house. He's really successful. He has a beautiful wife. He's been sober for 30 years. And before that, he was wrecking cars and ruining his life, and he was in jail. So I'm going to look at this guy and see what he's doing. How did he approach life after? And what happens, I don't think about it at all anymore. And but I know that I have so much work to do as just like, because I'm selfish, and but I also you have to be a little bit selfish in this business. Yeah. You have to, like, because you got to get somewhere. Yeah, you got to make it. You got to make money. You got to try to hustle and things like that. Yeah. And, but yeah, I mean, it's cool, and I've met the greatest people in the world through being sober, just other sober people. And I mean, it doesn't matter sober or not sober, I make friends with people, but I've met some really, you keep meeting more friends, and then the whole thing of that is trying to help someone that's like their life is falling apart, which I need to be doing that more often. Like, they're not doing well, like, and they can't stop, like, drinking or they can't. And the purpose, is to try to help someone, and like, look how much better it is. Your life's going to get better. Yeah. A lot of people, I don't know what it is. It's like a lot of people can just have a drink and not, then just whatever. Because I'm a bartender too. So someone has 2 drinks and they're like, ooh, I'm feeling it. And I gotta work tomorrow. I'm like, feeling it. I gotta work. After the second one, I'm fucking getting plowed. I'm erasing any feeling or emotion. I'm gonna go fucking just have a great time. Yeah. I mean, there was times where I have a couple drinks, but it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat and go home and I'm fine. But my brain's just going, just wanting it. Like people are sex addicts or whatever, and other addictions, food, sugar. Yeah. Everybody has something, and
ice cream.
I fucking love ice cream. Yeah, but yeah, that's.
And you don't smoke, fun. Right?
No, I never smoked. No, I don't smoke. I never liked weed either. I was the paranoid type.
Oh, okay.
But people would say I'm not getting the right stuff, but I'd either be paranoid or I just keep smoking until my brain felt fried and I just kept eating. Like I would just smoke, go eat, and then I'd smoke another one and then go eat, and not doing anything and not be able to. So it was a very unmotivated drug for me. So I couldn't.
You didn't get into it.
Yeah, and then cigarettes, just no.
You didn't want to look cool.
I never was cool. So. And my mom would smoke.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And it just when I was a kid, my clothes would smell. I think that always stayed with me. I'm like, I don't want any of that.
Well, it's weird because you could go either way, like because if they smoke, that's you're gonna continue that, or you could be like what you did, like why would you?
I like cigars though, even though I can't smoke one, like cool, but those are fun once in a while. That's about it.
Yeah. You catch a buzz from those too, right?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's fun.
Fun. Dude,
but you can get sick. Yeah. Like I've smoked a whole cigar and I felt like I wanted to puke.
I have.
Yeah.
Several times. And I still smoke. I keep smoking them. I'm like, why do I keep doing this to myself? Every time I swear it's the last time, dude. Like.
Yeah.
But cigars are fun. Makes you feel like a big shot, or like you accomplished something.
Hell yeah! Like my my sponsor, he has a really good espresso machine. We have an espresso, and then go outside and smoke a cigar. I'm like, this is fucking great. This is as good or better than trying to get shit faced or drink. I'm like, I'm getting hanging out with this cool guy and just fucking chilling and espresso. That's as far as I go. And I don't do that very often either. Cause I'm always looking, you're always looking for some sort of high.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, did you gain weight when you stopped drinking, or did you lose weight?
Right now I'm like the heaviest I've been.
Mm-hmm.
And I've basically been sober for like 5 years or more, but I've had a couple of times where I went out one time. So I haven't really drank, but I got a little bit addicted to food. But I had one friend, who, was like a crazy exercise guy, and he was just getting sober, and that was like 2 years ago, and I lost a bunch of weight and got in really good shape for a little bit. And I wish he was around because it's tough, man, especially this pandemic thing to like go out. Like I did for a week, like I started running again, and then, eating really healthy. And then, I don't know, one ice cream sandwich, I'm back in like, like hamburgers and
yeah, dude.
But my wife cooks really good, and, but I always have to go off and, I mean, not always, but I love like pizza and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? But, but it's hard,
What about chocolate?
Chocolate, it's fucking great. Yeah, cookies. I mean, even before I got sober, I didn't care about ice cream or anything. Like, I just wanted like a buzz. So it was nice almost to like just have fun, like going out and getting ice cream.
Yeah.
And then, going to bed sober with head on your pillow, you feel like a 10-year-old. Just had ice cream, and so it was a nice, like, I remember those days because I think when I met you too, I was just I probably seemed okay, but I wasn't doing well. I didn't have my license, and then I bombed that night when. Here's the other thing: like some comics can do comedy like drunk and actually do better, like Sam Kinison and stuff. Like all those guys were killing it, but I don't know if it was because I was new or whatnot. But when I did my character and I was completely sober and I was in a good state of mind, I was able to focus more, and even if I was forgetting the jokes, I was able to just go over it and over it and over it, and before I go up, and then I did well. When I started drinking again, my little bit of, if I did comedy well, it was gone, completely gone. I could not do comedy with a few drinks, or it's almost like when I start drinking, my whole state of mind changes. Even a friend told me when I had started drinking again, he's like, "Man, you seem like a different person." And I wasn't even really drunk yet. It's weird. Like my whole outlook on life and like higher power and just, it's almost like you're on this like train or going down a road. Yeah. You go this way or that way. And this is how it is. If I'm on this way, I'm sober, I'm making movies, I got a family, on this way, I'm fucking Skid Row eventually. Wow. It really goes that. I don't know why. And I just get more introverted. I get
when you drink?
Yeah, not in the beginning and not in my 20s. Yeah. It's fucking great. It was fun, and then they have this saying like it's fun and then fun with problems, and then it was just fucking problems. And then I guess, blah blah blah, I'm talking about all that and then I go drink tomorrow. But no, I won't. That's I can't say it's in the past either, because it's one of those things, you never know, but I know that I'm on the right path, and that's the path that I want to be. I imagine myself on big sets and directing and being a good father and a good husband and having a nice house and all these things eventually. I mean, I have some of those things, but like my drinking, that just leaves me like, I get real negative. I get more introvert.
Like right away, or do you have to like pass a certain?
Well, it's kind of like, well, yeah. You drink and then you're like, yeah, we had a good night, you know. But right away I'm on another path. Like it's almost because I do believe in some sort of higher power that I don't I don't necessarily, I mean, I call it God just because it's a word. I grew up Catholic, but I didn't believe in any of that stuff. But I do believe there's a power greater than us. Like just go out to the ocean and let a wave hit you. That's a power that'll fucking, okay, there's something else going on in this universe and I'm not the most important motherfucker around.
Right.
That will bring me out of self, and that all goes away when I start drinking. It's almost like I take the wheel back.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna make shit happen, and I have to watch myself even not drinking and not down that road.
Yeah,
it's almost like drinking is like a fuel to go the other way, but like being sober and meditation, and all that stuff it all like helps my life. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna, I'm gonna try to go the. You got the devil and the angel on your shoulders, but the thing is I always want to have that. That's why I do like horror and gore and all that stuff. It's like none of that stuff is like gone that I'm not drinking. Like I'm still a rebel, but it's this being like I was such a rebel when I was drinking. I didn't have a license, like you could be a rebel and different, in the way of like still being a good person. Like you can balance it. Quentin Tarantino would be a rebel, right?
Yeah.
The
I'd
filmmaking.
say so.
Yeah. There's a lot of talking, wasn't it? Is that good stuff? We're getting real here. People are getting the real deal.
That's just not something that you just like touch on and then move on. Like it's pretty deep because, substance abuse, just takes hold of your whole life, and it totally destroys tons of lives. Or when you stop, it totally transforms them into like something great and something big and so, I mean, I could hear about that sort of stuff all day because it's just like that decision that you make every day to not drink is a decision that completely changes your life for the better.
Yeah.
And you make that decision every day when you wake up, and you're constantly doing what you seek out to do and what you want to do.
Yeah, and the biggest part is like, I hope that, even someone listens to this and it's like wants to get sober and stuff like that. Because, and I totally get it, like, I hope I don't offend anybody, but like someone that's homosexual, I don't understand it, right? But I respect them and I respect how they feel and that's who they are.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of like think like that with being an addict. Like some people aren't addicts and I understand that they don't understand it.
Yeah.
But they can respect that someone has this thing, whatever the fuck it is, and I mean, that's the only way I can think of it like that, where I understand that other people that don't have whatever this is, where you ruin your life with drinking and drugs and all that stuff. I don't know why I have whatever that is, but people have it.
Yeah.
People are ruining their life. And so my main goal is to they talk about in the program that you have to give it away to keep it. And that means like me helping somebody that's not doing too well, that's falling apart and has addicted to whatever, for me to just share what I'm doing, and my life's getting better.
Yeah.
That's all you do. You don't go, hey man, you need to stop drinking and stop using.
Yeah.
You just tell them like, this is what I'm trying to do. And everything's suggestions too. But yeah, I mean, it's a weird thing, but also it's, you can get, if you get sober and you do things, you start to, work a program and try to be a better person and stuff like that, you can really almost get high on like being present in the moment and really enjoy and start to enjoy life and appreciate things. I was always the type of person that didn't appreciate and take things for granted, as a lot of us do. But and I still do it, and that's, I'm talking about it out loud. It makes me think, I gotta do less of that. How about, like, here's a good segue. Like, we took for granted that we could not be 6 feet apart and be in a pandemic and and all that stuff. So now everybody's is in pain. Yeah, it's crazy time right now because I'm starting to feel it now too. Maybe because I was upset about some things going on, but then talking to a friend and he's like, "Oh, I got personal stuff going on." And another person, "Oh, sorry, I haven't been able to help you with this. I got personal stuff going on." And then just kind of feeling it. There's some, it's crazy that every human in the world is feeling a little bit like either depressed or scared. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. Yeah. Everybody everywhere. Yeah. That's nuts. Yeah. I started feeling that I was kind of good at blocking out, and we were going filming and making stuff happen. But, if stuff starts not going your way, then you can, I mean, that's not a good example, but, like, anyways, I just started feeling for people, I guess. There was a sidekick who my friend was dating, and she already knew right away my son Lennon was going to be a humanitarian. Like, he's going to really love people and help people. That was cool. She also said he's going to be a handful. But she's been, like, psychic forever. Really? Yeah. Nice. I mean, she had a 50-50 shot, but she said you were going to have a boy. So, but that was the first. Yeah. But it's true. He, like, I don't know how little kids are, but he runs up to any kids that are around and just wants to play. 'Cause I've seen other kids, they don't do that. Like, as soon as we go to the park or anywhere, he wants to go play with other kids. Yeah. And talk to them, and it's goo goo gaga or whatever. Like, here's a flower or a car, or here's my car, or here's a leaf. I want to give it to you. So that's kind of cool. That is cool. I don't see other kids just, like, so quick to go, "Oh, there's another kid." 'Cause they're not running towards him. And it's happened over and over and over, where he just wants to play and interact with other kids, other babies, other older kids.
Do you put a mask on him?
No, because he can't. He's only a year and a half. He won't wear one. Oh. So that's the thing. Yeah. If it's like, if he's getting too close, I know there's a whole awkward thing too, but here and there, if it's Yoko's friend, and we're going, and then they got their kid, then they're gonna hang out. I can't keep them from, like, kids forever. Yeah. But yeah, some parents, at first we were very protective, but then it gets to a point where Lennon needs to interact with some other humans. But yeah, I mean,
that's how I feel about us humans, dude. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's weird. It's so weird right now.
It's not natural, dude. Yeah. We're human beings, man. And the cruelest thing you could do in prison is put someone in the hole. And there's laws about how much amount of time you're legally able to hold somebody in the hole, because that isolation will drive you crazy. Oh my God. It'll just drive you crazy. And for regular type of people, that threshold is less, you know what I mean? Like, because we're the type of people where, so yeah, I mean, it's a weird time, and Yeah, it's like just I think a couple weeks ago too. I go through different phases, like different phases. I feel like it's sinking in like even more. You know what I mean? Like I felt like I know we're in it and this and that, but like as more time goes by, I mean, don't you feel like you're going through different phases of it? Like it more, like you're really accepting it even more. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, doing meetings or a film meeting or whatever on Zoom, it seems like people are getting really comfortable with that, and that I get like resentful. I don't like that that we're so comfortable with the just digital talking to each other. And I don't like that. I mean, I go through like Los Feliz or whatever, and it looks like Mask City. I'm just calling it Mask City. Like, I mean, in my little neighborhood, there's not very many people that are walking around. I mean, I'll put a mask on, but I understand that it's not like airborne, and if I'm not around anybody, I'm not gonna wear a mask. But if I'm going to there is a common sense to it too. And then when I go to the store, obviously I wear a mask and at first I was very paranoid and I was wearing gloves and I didn't know what the hell was going on. My friend was telling me it was airborne and really watch out this week and all that stuff. And now I'm just more common sense about it. And respect the rules, no shoes, no shirt, no service. But yeah, it's super weird. No one really knows what's going on. But it seems it does turn into like a politics thing. Like we're just like young people, in their cars with a mask on. It's just a weird thing to finally like, oh, that person's really weird. What's that? What's up with that?
Yeah.
Like before, like this whole thing is just like it was just a person.
Yeah.
But now you're seeing like all these people wearing masks and they're not even really around anybody. They're young. I mean, I guess the whole thing is if you have it, you're asymptomatic. But I don't know, like running with a mask on with nobody around really, and social distance yourself if you're, all that stuff. Like there's a respect thing, but I don't know, there's a common sense thing to it all. So, but I've always been the type that's a little bit like, I don't really wash my hands, I just like whatever. But yeah, I've been more, definitely a lot better about all that kind of stuff. And I think it's all good too. So there's good to it. Like I had this, thought that, and I'm an idiot. No, all the time. No, I had this thought that I was like, well, flu season and all the colds and all that stuff, I bet that's not going to really happen this year because everybody's been I feel like a lot of people are not going to be getting sick this year in general because you're not shaking hands with someone that has got a cold. Or all
I never thought about that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I was like, I bet a lot of less people will be sick this year.
Yeah,
in general.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
and not only that, dude. I mean, I think that even after this is over, you're gonna see people just wearing masks.
Yeah,
that's
and a shield.
Yeah, that's just gonna be more common now.
Yeah,
like,
which is fine.
I got a cold. I'm gonna wear a mask.
In Japan, that's what Japan. My wife always makes fun of me. Japan. Japan. I don't know.
How does she say it?
I don't know, but she goes Japan. Japan. Yeah, they already, out of respect, if they have a cold, they were wearing a mask, and then us here in the United States would think that's weird.
Yeah.
Like what? Why are they wearing masks? And I would, God bless you. And then I would listen to interviews even with other people or whatever, and they'd be like, it's so weird. I don't know why they wear the mask, and then they find out that they do it out of respect. They have a cold. So that's really cool. And that's how now it's not weird anymore because we're all superficial over here.
Yeah.
We got to always look good, especially in LA or New York.
Yeah.
But now we can look cool with our bedazzled masks. And I guess masks work now too, because now there's because at first they were saying the masks don't work, but they work now.
Why are cases down or?
No, I guess my thought was like, oh, it's a good way to sell. Like, how many millions of masks have been sold?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good revenue.
Yeah, I've heard that.
So yes, they do work. No, but
especially the ones that say Cannibal Comedian.
Yes. Oh, check this out. Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. It's got the Cannibal Comedian logo on it. It says Cannibal, and then it has the hand. Yeah. He's holding the microphone, and then comedian.
It's a severed hand.
Yeah,
which is fun, and you okayed that one because I was sending you logos.
Yeah, it looks killer, man. Yeah, it looks really cool, and the shirt too. And
they look pretty good.
Yeah,
especially for the first edition, T-shirt. It's hard to sell a T-shirt before a movie's out. But people that get them is family, friends, and stuff like that, and then other people that just like horror. I got a heavy metal fan that just liked the shirt and just wanted to wear it, and they're just promoting it.
Cool.
Because they're wearing the shirt. So it was good to just because other people are wondering why would you do that before the movie.
Yeah.
Obviously, Rob Zombie does that because he's already huge. Like, people were getting tattoos of his movie before it was out yet.
Wow.
Like, what if it sucks? Like, it was pretty good, his last movie, but like...
Yeah, that's some diehard stuff right there. And what is it about horror, fanatics that are just different than any other, film buffs or like this and that, but they really seem to be hardcore.
Yeah, and I've gotten more in touch with them now. I wouldn't even consider myself a hardcore horror fan. A hardcore horror fan is like collects all these like cool things, and they probably got a room decked out with horror posters and all sorts of collectibles and watching horror all the time. So it's really cool to see them. And then I always love the conventions. There's these big, massive horror conventions, which I hope that they can come back with merchandise. And then you get to meet a lot of the actors that are like Freddy Krueger will come to, and you can get to, take a picture with them and stuff like that.
Kind of like Comic-Con?
Yeah. But for horror.
That's cool.
And there's it's pop culture with like the Jason and the Michael Myers and the Freddy, but these people, some of them like the obscure things, and I really respect. I think it's really cool. It's such a cool world. For me, I just loved like anybody, I love Halloween.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, my first like real get up was Freddy Krueger. I think before I even saw the movie, I just saw this guy. And then we put liquid latex on my face and made me look like Freddy.
Oh.
And then I put on a haunted yard. I'm like 9 or 10, and I had friends like popping out of graves. We had strobe lights and fog machines and all sorts of stuff. That was like my first initial like love for horror, I guess. And the thing with horror when I was really young was like to sneak and like watch something, or to like the first time I saw Scream, my dad took me and I was too young. That I got too scared and we had to book it.
No.
But a couple years later, I watched it with a friend, and then my mom picked me up, and I felt like that feeling when you first get through the fear to ride a big roller coaster.
Yeah.
That goes upside down and all that. It was the same feeling for a horror film for me. Like, oh my God, I love when they cut him up and his guts fell out, and oh my God, that kill scene was so fucking badass. Like all that stuff, and I was so proud of myself for like sitting through a real horror film. And I think that was the initial real love. And then I started acting in haunted houses and stuff. When I was like 16, I started.
Cool.
And I just love the atmosphere. It's just like a whole world.
Yeah.
And you enter into. Especially when, I don't know, some people don't like haunted houses, but like the whole thing is so cool because this is like a big production and you're, you know, and you have people popping out and then you go and now you're in a forest, you know, and
those are really scary.
Yeah. And then you got chainsaws and they always have the chainsaw at the end, you know, the guy with the chainsaw.
Oh yeah, dude, you gotta have a chainsaw.
I love that stuff so dearly. I don't know what it was. I love, but initially it was the Halloween thing with dressing up and trick or treating and and that whole atmosphere. So much fun.
So you still do it? Do you dress up every year?
What did I do last year? I think it was just something small. Like I had a cool mask. I forget what I did. But yeah, I try to dress up. Even when I was doing like my band. I was coming up with different like dress. I was dressing up for that. I had this like Hawaiian suit. My band's called Cosmic Jetties, and it's like the B-52s mixed with like sci-fi, is surf and punk all in one. And then I'd have like an alien on stage and a robot and this sexy girl like 60s in a bikini dancing, and then we do this whole thing. And I had like I think I did like a turquoise and silver triangle over my eye with blue lipstick. And so I was dressing up I was just playing dress up for like my band. And so like when Halloween comes around, it was just, you know, I'm doing it kind of all year long.
Yeah.
So it's just,
that's cool. Wonder how Halloween's going to be this year.
It's going to be, you know what they're doing? They're doing drive up or drive through like haunted houses and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I already signed up for there's a Stranger Things interactive drive through. Like you're in the show Stranger Things.
Yeah.
So you're literally, it's going to be like Universal Studios but you're the car. You're driving, you know, instead of being in a ride. Yeah. So they're trying to create that.
Yeah.
So that's cool. So you can have your windows up and you just kind of drive through. That's what they're doing this year.
Nice.
So there are cool advantages, and then the drive-in theater thing. We want to do Cannibal Comedian at a drive-in theater.
Dude, that would be so cool.
Like do a tour if we could.
I like drive-ins.
I know they're fun, right?
They are. You know.
So there's some cool stuff going on.
Yeah. It's cool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, but except trick-or-treating is probably not going to happen, right?
No. Probably not.
Unless you got a mask on.
A mask and then a mask over that.
A mask over your mask.
I wonder if, some people probably will.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, yeah.
Do you dress up?
Yeah, I like dressing up as scary things.
Yeah, cool.
That's something definitely I like doing because I love seeing people's reaction and seeing them, you know, move to the side.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, kind of like get uncomfortable just looking at you and stuff like that. So, yeah,
that's a lot of fun.
Trip. And, yeah, I mean, it's fun. Like not being recognizable.
Oh, yeah. That's the whole thing. That's what's so fun, wearing a mask, and then you're somebody else.
Yeah.
I think that's why I loved it so much. Just like being somebody else, and being a character. It's just a ball.
Yeah, that's a lot of fun. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
Yeah, I have an older brother and older sister and a younger sister.
Did they get into show business?
My brother is a musician, yeah.
Oh, okay.
My dad was good performer, pianist, musician too.
Did he teach you how to play the instrument?
No, well, he initially did. Yeah, he knew how to play a little bit of guitar, and he bought me a guitar and showed me a riff.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, I started learning the VHS tapes back in the day. They had like how to play like Nirvana, and I just pop one of those in, and some guy's teaching you Nirvana riffs, and I learned that way. Or how to play like Jimi Hendrix. Those are like my two first tapes. Yeah.
Nice.
And, like 15 or 16 when I started playing. And then my little sister, she's a makeup artist. I want her to get more into special effects and come out here. She's got a wicked talent for scary makeup and cool makeup. She does some of the Day of the Dead
Oh,
stuff.
really?
She does that like every year. Really badass Day of the
wow.
Dead makeup on her and her husband.
Uh-huh.
It looks awesome. And so she's got a crazy talent with makeup. So is my older sister with makeup, and she was a great dancer. So she's not doing that now. She's got two little toddlers, or a toddler and a baby, 8-month-old boy. And then and my little sister's in some of my movies too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, even when we were young, I didn't have anybody to, film, so I would make her be in my stuff. And so it was like semi-professional years later, I still was just pulling her in when she'd probably rather be doing something else and
playing with dolls.
Yeah. But once she was doing the working with me, she loved it. But yeah, she's talented. She's got chops. She's funny.
That's cool.
Yeah. But no one's really driving for entertainment other than me right now.
Did your dad pursue?
He moved out here, and then back in the day he was on the Gong Show.
Oh wow!
And that was big, and he won. And he did a really cool song, "Great Balls of Fire," on piano, and just killed it, and won the show.
Nice.
And then he waited for a call, I guess. The call never came. No, but he was out here. He actually had a job, and I don't think he knew it was at the time. It was a cool job. He was the piano guy in the original room at the Comedy Store.
Really?
Yeah.
He was wow.
Yeah, and he was there when like Letterman was going up, and
wow.
In the late 70s, Robin Williams. He wrote a song for Robin Williams.
No way.
Yeah, but he didn't stick around. I don't know why. I think he just thought it was just a room. Like he was at the Holiday Inn in Florida, because it felt the same, I guess, to him. Like, well, I could be making more doing a wedding, or whatever. I don't think he knew that. I mean, once you're out here, you're like, oh, this is just like a room.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the vibe and the energy and the thing. But
when was it, in the 70s?
Yeah, in the 70s, he was out here. He was doing the piano guy that's always in the yeah. Like he was doing that.
It's really cool, because that place used to be a place that crooners went in the 50s, and Sammy Davis Jr. played there, Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin. Like, that was a famous place, so I mean, I'm sure there were legendary musicians that gone through there, and your dad was one of them, which is really cool.
Yeah, he was there, and then his drummer was the drummer for the Ventures, that famous surf band.
Oh yeah.
And so that was his drummer. So he was killing it
for
a little bit, but he said he got these like really really constant severe migraine headaches. And he was with my wife at the time, and they just had my son, and he had some other things going on in Florida, and he just decided to go back because I mean, he was happy because he got a house close to the water, and then he had his boat, and then he was 6 days a week doing music. He liked doing music and all cover band stuff. But yeah, he came out here 2 or 3 years, got in pretty quick. I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then won the talent, that was like America's Got Talent back then. Won that, and then was the guy at the original room doing all the piano and stuff, and meeting and writing. He wrote, like I said, he wrote a song with Robin Williams, and he was here that was a pop back then with the Letterman and all that at that point. In the 70s was a really...
Dude, that's cool.
It's like Comedy Store in the 70s, and then in the last couple of years was the best. Right?
Yeah.
And now what do you think? Like, comedy's getting in trouble, Joe Rogan leaving. Yeah. It's kind of... It'll probably still pop because stand-up's kind of popular again, and Netflix kind of made it popular, I feel like, on top of it.
I don't know, man. The whole, with big crowds, I don't see people going back to that.
Yeah.
That's what I think is is going to hurt everything is, and not to mention, you know, they're not going to be able to go to full capacity until when? Next year.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, playing in a half full, not even half full, probably less than half full room, you know, it's not going to be fun for people.
Yeah.
So
for anybody.
For anybody.
For the comics.
Yeah.
And like with the drive-in stuff, like, do you honk your horn when you thought something was funny or like what, how do you get, you know what I mean?
Oh, dude.
Like Jim Gaffigan does a joke and then honk, honk. Oh, thank you. 2 honks means that was really funny.
Yeah.
3 honks.
4 honks is heckling.
Yeah, 4 honks is heckling.
Yeah. Get that car out of here.
Yeah. Or if like someone passes out at the bar, they pass out on their horn. I don't know. It's just a weird experience. But I was thinking though, it would be cool is like to have some stand-up comics at a drive-in.
Yeah.
And then like it, because Improv is doing stand-up at the drive-in.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep. And then to have Cannibal Comedian connected somehow. It'd be so cool to have stand up and then
that would be really cool.
A drive-in movie.
Yeah. Or intermission.
I you know, with Instagram and stuff like that, I'm not entirely positive, but I've been just adding a lot more like horror fans to the movie, and they seem to be more receptive. So I almost don't know how to get in with the comedians with because my whole plan was 50%, or not 50%, but like get all the comics to be interested in this movie about stand-up comedy and horror. You know, try to have them wanting to be a part of or to promote or, you know, talk about. I mean, you can't get anyone to do anything, but I mean, just like have horror people, you know, the horror fans and the stand-up comedy. Basically, those were the 2 outlets I was trying to like say, hey,
bring together.
Yeah, bring together. But it seems that I'm just going towards horror because it doesn't seem like the stand-up comics are as receptive. But I haven't shown them much yet.
Right.
Either. I don't have much trailers to show.
It's just like a lot of stand-up comics are. I mean, it's hard to get any rhythm, you know, going because you know you're doing like a Zoom show here, or a backyard show here, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, no open mics are going on.
None,
No.
Man, that's hard.
Dude, it's brutal because dude, I mean,
you were going,
you know, I mean, you know, from doing stand up, you need to work out, you know, bits. You need to, you know, work them out. And if you do it one, you know, you can't do it like doing a show once a week or once, you know, every 3 weeks or once a month.
Do you keep in touch with other comics just to see like, hey, you all right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
dude. I mean, that's a serious thing, dude.
Yeah.
You know, like what you said earlier about, comics using it as a form of therapy, and most of them do. You know, but most of them are, you know, they're funny, and so it's good. It's a win-win. But you know, it's and not only that, you know, we're just used to being around people. And, you know, even though I feel like, you know, stand-up comedy is kind of like an individual sport, you know, kind of thing. Like we're good, you know, we're kind of loners, you know, like I don't need to be a part of a clique or anything like that. Like, you know, stand-up, it's all me.
Or like an improv group.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because, I listen to Mark Maron and stuff. He's back in the day, he'd be like, fucking improv groups. Like, but really, he would say I was scared to go do that because I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
So he would act like he's better.
Yeah.
And,
right. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's what I mean. I like both. I didn't get into it enough. But I like it's cool. Like SNL, you know, it kind of takes on both.
Yeah.
Stand-up comics and improv groups. People from mainly improv.
Yeah.
But they would say, you know, SNL, like Dana Carvey and Will Ferrell, like they're from improv, not stand-up.
That's really, you know what? I didn't even think of SNL during this time, right?
Oh yeah, it's weird right now too. They were trying. I think they're still doing it.
Are they?
Yeah, it was all like Zoom style.
Really?
Not Zoom, but FaceTime. I don't know what you call it. Digital.
Yeah.
From their house. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, that's so. Man, I got to check that out because I can't imagine
it being funny.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's hard enough with people, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's hard, with people, and wow, that could get awkward really quick.
Yeah. Well, a good thing with that. Oh no. Well, now I guess it cannot be live. They can just record it.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're doing that because that was the whole thing of it as being live.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I mean, I was getting obsessed with just watching anybody that was on SNL talking about it. Even back in the day, like I wanted to be on it, but I didn't have the drive. I was at the UCB back in like 2005 and seeing some of the guys like Bobby Monahan or something. I think that was one of the guys, but I'd see like guys that were on SNL a little bit later, like hanging around.
Yeah.
That was cool. But like I took one class and the teacher had me like, she goes, Sean, can you wait after class? I'm like, oh, wow. And she goes, do you have ADHD?
Wow. Are you serious?
Yeah. I said, no, I was just nervous. I didn't know what to do. She's like, oh, okay. And then she failed me from the class. At the end of the thing, you go to UCB Theater and you actually do a show at the end of the class. Like that's the grand finale or whatever you call it. But the end, you have to perform on stage.
Yeah.
That's what you do with your class. And I thought I was Will Ferrell, I guess. And there was a scene. Well, actually, this is probably really controversial now, but whatever. There was these two of the females or whatever. They acted like they were little girls playing with dolls.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like my dad when I was a kid, he'd come out in his underwear, and I was so embarrassed. He had like pee stains on his underwear, and I'm like, oh, Dad, like I'm a kid, and he'd be like, hey, Sean, where's the remote or something, whatever. And so I came out, I'm like, oh, Stephanie, like I pulled my pants down, just my underwear.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, hey, Stephanie, and patting her on the head. Nice to see you with hanging out with the kids or whatever, or hanging out with my daughter and stuff. And I'm like right there, like package, like in between them. Well, all right, I'm gonna go watch my favorite show or something. All right, good to see you, kids. Just not being like perverted about it, but just like that fucking lazy dad. Yeah. Like just fucking unaware that he's in his fucking underwear. And that was the bit, but you're never supposed to actually, you're supposed to fake.
Oh, okay.
Like Panama or whatever, where you act like I pulled my pants down. But I thought I was Will Ferrell because I would watch SNL, and you know how you pull his pants down?
Yeah.
And so I was just like, hey, how you doing? All right, cool. All right, well, yeah, keep playing with those dolls. And I'm standing right there, like my junk is like right there while they're like playing. And I'm like doing like a Will Ferrell kind of stance, like just being silly. Yeah.
Did it get laughs?
I got laughs.
Nice.
Yeah, totally got laughs. Nice. After she said, oh my God, Sean, she had me stand and she was yelling at me and saying like, what if these, they weren't young girls, they're like in their 20s or whatever. Yeah. In the class, but in the performance they played, whatever. Anyways, what if they had been raped? She said, that was horrible that you were doing that. And I was just trying to be funny. I wasn't, and she failed me from the class. And then when I felt like the biggest piece of shit and so horrible inside, and I went outside and everybody was like, dude, that was so funny. Like the the audience. Yeah. Do you do comedy all the time? Like, oh, that was awesome. Like like literally like getting full on like that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
Pull your pants down. And so I didn't do it again after that. But I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have like the full on drive. But I definitely have the. I feel like I have the chops if I worked at it.
Yeah.
Because I know like even Will Ferrell got funnier.
Yeah.
Like through the years.
Yeah.
Like really owned in on what he can do.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a dream. Maybe in my next life, maybe I can host SNL one day.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, but that was cool. Yeah,
that was my dream too, man. Like,
SNL.
Yeah, SNL was that was a dream, man. Like it totally changed my life seeing it like in 5th grade, and it was just like crazy, man. Like I'd talk about it, the next day to other kids and be like, oh, did you see that skit with Bill Murray? And, he did that one sketch and some of them were into it, but most of them were into sports.
Right.
And although I liked sports, I wasn't as passionate as I was towards, seeing comedy like that.
Yeah. What was your first stand-up comic that you were just like, oh, I got to do that? Or did it happen like that? Like, how did it?
I don't really remember, but I remember seeing Don Rickles and just like loving it. And my dad loved it. And I remember, but I never thought I could do that. But yeah, it wasn't until later, I guess, I was like, yeah, I could do that.
There's something really cool. Like even when I did the Haha Cafe, because you get on the big stage when you do it, and you got the light on you, and then it's all on you. You got the microphone, you got a good PA, and you're like, wow. Like it's not like you don't feel like a god, but you feel like it's all on you, and you feel like if you can be funny, you got not power, but like just like you feel really cool.
Yeah.
Like it feels it's a out of body experience. Like, but if you don't have your shit down, then you suck or whatever.
Yeah.
But like when I would go up, I was almost like, you know what it is? It's like getting in like a NASCAR, and I don't really know how to drive this thing, but it's fucking cool.
Oh, yeah.
And that when you get up on that big stage
It's
with
a good
the mic,
analogy.
yeah, with starting, and I go, oh, I could get this though if I really worked on it, but like that's that feeling with the mic, and you're up there and can't really see much going on, and you're like, whoa, this is all on me. And I didn't get that pressure of like, oh, I had like, oh, can I try to actually be funny? And do I even have good jokes? And that was no. But I, just trying to work it out, like you said. But even as a beginner, that's how you just have to do it. You just have to kind of fucking suck.
Yeah.
And try to figure out what the hell you're doing.
Yeah.
Because and as an artist, I do, like, I'll look down on it and I'm like, that is not funny at all, and I suck. And but then when you actually perform it and then you like made someone laugh, you're like, whoa, like that worked.
Yeah. And
that was funny.
Yeah.
And when I did it in front of my like brother or some friend and said, go back to your day job, because that's usually the response you get from any joke.
Yeah.
But when you go on the stage and then you made people laugh with it, that's with you forever. And you go, no, they just don't know. It's almost like don't try out jokes in front of like people that are gonna probably down you anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's nothing like that to make people laugh and just to be on that stage and have that experience.
Yeah, dude.
It's like riding a wave. I rode a wave a few times. I've surfed just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I found out I don't want to do that either when I got sucked under water for a long time.
Oh.
Well, it felt like a long time, but it's probably like 5 seconds.
Dude,
but it's the feeling of like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Where was that, out here?
In Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pussy.
Dude, it's tough, man. Surfing is hard.
yeah, you kind of have to grow up with it. I wish I could do that too. You look at people going, I'm going surf. I'm like, oh, that'd be perfect with the pandemic.
Yeah.
Being able to go surf.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
really enjoy.
Yeah. And that's a form of meditation, right?
Oh, man, I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Total focus.
Yeah.
Serenity. You're on the ocean. Anything could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's either peace or chaos.
Right. Yeah. In a split second.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's been good. I'm almost like, I was thinking in my head, I'm like, what if I said too much where people are going to, come back at me or something like that? Cause, I know that I'm not a celebrity or anything, but, it's that, that 20 years ago you said this,
right.
and then they, super sensitive right now, though, isn't it? Did I say anything that would fuck me up, you think?
No.
Yeah,
no.
maybe, yeah, you did.
Yeah. But I mean, you said things that could inspire and help somebody, so you should be proud of that. Because I mean, somebody maybe across the world or even close by could hear a certain thing that you say, and it just clicks in them, and all of a sudden they're on a new path just because of what you said. So,
I mean, that would be crazy awesome. They say, in the program, being sober or whatever, you're not supposed to, shout at the top of a mountain like, hey, I'm sober, because the next day that person drinks, and then you're like, hey, it doesn't work.
Oh, I see.
But that's just an old analogy. Mm-hmm. But I see like a lot of sober people talking out loud nowadays on social media, especially like they show their chip. Mm-hmm. They've been sober for a long time. And I'm like, hey, you're kind of like, going against that old saying and that old tradition to not let people know that, people are just supposed to come find you, I guess. But it seems like, I'll just say like AA is much more commercial now. Like it's not like weird anymore. Like you see it in like every show, like not every show, but a lot of shows like, AA meetings and substance abuse. I see it in a lot of the stories of a lot of these series. Even the show I worked on, like the mom was a heroin addict or something.
Yeah.
And had to go to meetings and all that stuff. So it seems much more commercial.
Yeah.
All that stuff, like because I think a lot of artists are addicts.
Oh,
That's so
big time. And comedians too.
There's a self-awareness to it all as well. Like, you can just not believe you have that problem for, like my dad is kind of a sample. Like he did AA, but he was sort of self-delusional. Like he got hooked on the oxys and didn't drink anymore. And he's like, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm like, well, yeah, now you're addicted to something else, dude. Like total like, I don't even drink anymore. Like, like saying he's not an alcoholic. Like,
oh wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're doing something else.
Yeah.
You're still that.
Yeah.
That's my But there's that thing. People are very self-delusional. So,
I hear that happens a lot.
I'm self-delusional, but I do also know that my life seems to be better when I'm, like I said before, on this path, I guess, or just not drinking and stuff like that. I can still mess up a lot and whatever. But that's
Yeah, I mean, that's great that you could, realize that that was the problem and stop it and see, your life change before your eyes. I mean, that's really powerful. That's almost like a movie. You know what I mean? But it's real. You know what I mean? Yeah. Which is so crazy to think about it. Like, I mean, your whole story is like a movie. and but it's playing out in real life.
Yeah, it's playing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this movie, Cannibal Comedian, is definitely the best thing I've ever done. It really is like my livelihood, I guess. Like it's because it, I and so many people put so much into this, and as anybody does in any movie, and you just hope for the best. It's an original idea, and we hope we executed it correctly, and we're going to learn from the things that we didn't. But I definitely went at this one way, just a lot better and at a more professional manner, and really worked, tried to get a good script and have the right people, the right crew, and I didn't even do full on auditions. I knew that you'd be perfect for that part way before. When I was first writing it, I actually had you in mind.
That's cool, dude. I remember you. I remember you contacted me on Facebook, dude, and you were telling me about it, and I was like, yeah, dude, for sure. And this, I think this. When do you think that was? When you contacted me? Probably like last year.
Yeah, it was last year because it was February. Yeah, because it was February when we shot it.
Yeah. So it was like, what would you think it was like around this time, like last year, or maybe
probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Real interesting.
I was so happy that you were down to do it.
Yeah.
I got the first thing that really got this thing going was I got together with Ryan Stalder.
Uh-huh.
I had a decent script, and then I sent it to him, and he went through it because my idea was to have a real stand-up comic kind of like look it over.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Trying to make it a real thing. Have the stand-up, whatever. He added like jokes, and he, and the environment, and making it feel like a real stand-up comedy club.
He did?
He helped. Yeah. He went through the whole script and made different, just crossing things out and adding things and stuff like that. So we got together, and I was talking to him about, where we're gonna shoot, and he goes, "Oh, I got a place called the Murder Cabin that my uncle and my I think it's his brother, his uncle. Yeah,
his uncle and his brother.
They all own it.
Yeah,
this murder cabin out in the middle of the desert, and I was like, wow. And he turned me on to that, and then that was the first momentum, like, of him working on the script. And I was excited to like just talk to him again because I hadn't talked to him in a long time, and I always like look up to stand-up comics, in a way of like, I can't believe you guys do that all the time, and it's such a cool art. It's one of my favorites, and it's something I did a little bit of, but I just really look up.
That's how we met.
Yeah, through Ryan.
No, we met doing stand-up.
But doing stand-up, doing the same show, yeah.
And, it was a road gig, and I think you came to my place, right? And then then I drove us down there, which was by Joshua Tree, so it was like, like an hour and 30 minutes away?
Yeah.
2 hours away.
Yeah.
And, dude, I remember, like, talking to you and, hearing your story, and it was just really interesting. You told me about your musician days, and and it was really, really fun, man. It was really cool.
Yeah, I bombed that night so bad. But Ryan said, he goes, man, you're it's really funny when you bomb though. So I was like, okay, well, that's cool, I guess.
Yeah. No, dude, that was a tough little place, dude. That was a tough place.
He was all like, Bartek will do good there, like my Polish character.
Yeah.
They're like, do a Polish joke. Yeah. I don't know any Polish jokes. My wife, she has she wants to get rid of me. She has a Polish remover, but that's all I have. And I do that the guy.
Yeah.
And he's, but I have my. Oh, thank you. All right.
Good stuff.
All right. I was in a hot tub with 3 hot blondes. Yeah, they're all nice guys. Thank you. You know why the vampires have sore throats? Yeah, they do. They're always in their coffin. You know. You like kick me out.
You're crushing it.
Yeah, you kick me out the podcast. It just goes.
Yeah. It's like,
Get this.
What the fuck is that?
Thank you. All right. Yeah, but I would just do like 50 bad one-liners with that guy, and we have a good time. We have a good show, and I have a producer, and
he should have made a cameo in Cannibal Comedian.
Yeah, I want to put that character in my new one. He's loves aliens and Area 50. Like, we turned Bartek into like a sci-fi nerd.
Yeah, that's
but he's
cool.
Still, he's overdoing it with sci-fi. Like, have like LED lights on his shirt, and it's all like nerdy and funny, and
I could totally see that, dude.
Yeah. But I would be clean shaved, and I have my hair like really done up, really cool, like to the side all the way.
Right.
And then my pants were way up, and then like, okay, all right, we make a show, and we have fun tonight. Hello, ladies, ladles and jelly spoons. We have a good show. Yeah, no, I guess I can fall right into that guy.
Yeah,
He's that character that you ask. I know you're gonna ask me. No, that character comes from. I was in a band with all Polish guys in New York City. It was an alternative rock band, and they inspired that character.
And they were Polish?
Yeah, they were all 100% Polish, so I was around them a lot, and they were kind of silly and fun and really nice people, and that was just kind of like where Bartek. And then they had a friend named Bartek. I was like, that is the craziest name ever. It's good.
Yeah, totally. Especially for that sci-fi movie.
Yeah. Hello,
I
am the Bartek. Can I ride with you guys? Don't worry, I talk a lot.
You serious?
My gosh. Are you serious? Yeah. That's a fun one, and then I love characters for sure. But what's cool is stand up. You are like this alternate. No, what's the word? You become someone else though.
Yeah.
You are a character, even if you're self.
Yeah.
If you are yourself, right?
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, you're an amped up version of yourself.
Yeah, that's
you
awesome.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when I saw your stand up, I was like really impressed. You did the DJ guy. I love that. And
yeah, I mean, I had a problem with scaling down that amped up version of me, because that became it became a character,
in real life.
Yeah. Well, on stage, so it's weird because then you have to write for that voice, you know what I mean?
Right.
That sort of character, and that's not me, that was just me, just amped up, trying to not bomb in front of these 20 people and whatnot. Yeah,
you're always on the ledge.
Dude,
it's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
And you come up with material on stage. Is that how you kind of work?
Yeah. I'm really good at off the cuff, and I just I like writing from there. I guess I think I'm like I don't know if I'm like dyslexic, but like I always had trouble writing. You know what I mean? Like, because maybe I had ADHD, and when I look at a paper, like I'll look at the words, but I can't focus left to right. You know what I mean? Like I have trouble with that.
Yeah.
So I have trouble writing. So, what developed was improv skills, because I had to force myself to make up stuff, You know, and that came from being in class. You know, when the teacher's like, write an essay on, you know, this, you know, whatever subject you're covering, let's say, you know, history, you know, Washington, D.C., you know, so, you know, I would write maybe half an essay and then the other half I'd make up. You know, because we'd have to read it in front of the class.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah,
wow.
Yeah. So, like, the other half, I just freestyled it.
Freestyled it. That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's where, you know,
another whole skill comes out of that. That's what's so cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
I think some of the greatest guys, they just work it out on stage. They don't write all that shit down.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and you mentioned Bill Burr, you know, earlier, you know, because they asked him, I heard him say he just writes bullet points.
Yeah.
And then he goes off of that.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's, I'm the same way, you know, more conversational. You know, other people are, you know, it needs to be word for word, you know, but, yeah.
I hope it comes back. I would love to do it again, like hone in that, like, you know, if I got to a place where, you know, I'm doing pretty good with the movies, maybe I'm like, okay, what else? Maybe and it seems like it would be easier, like music's way easier, but stand up to later on, like say I have some sort of success in entertainment, it'd probably be easier to go into stand up because like a Judd Apatow, he was able to go right back in, and you know, and he doesn't have to go to a shitty open mic.
Nope.
He can go in front of people. So I could go bomb in front of people if I was somewhat popular and learn a little bit. I guess it would be a little bit easier, but also with like music, like I could probably start a band easier. Yeah. You know, like Dave Grohl with the Foo Fighters. He was coming off of Nirvana as the drummer. So people were itching to be in his band.
You're going to take him more serious too.
Yeah.
Right.
So I hope that something can get to a nice level where nothing's ever easy, but just, you know, I don't have to go, you know, play music in front of one person. Yeah. Like the horror fans will come out to see my music, or the people that watch a movie that I did or something. Yeah. They'll find out, oh, he's got a band. And it's good because I've been doing that for a long time, so I'm good at that. Stand-up, I'm not very good at yet. I mean, I stopped entirely, but I have the funny in me. Yeah. It's just a part of me. Totally. So it's just going through all the hardest things. Yeah. And
supposedly Eddie Murphy's going to do it again.
I know, that'd be amazing.
What do you want people to take away from the film?
Cannibal Comedian. You know, I that is a really good question. I just want them to be entertained. Mm-hmm. We have some story, and the actor Aaron Prager is fantastic, and
who else?
They're all really good. I don't know. I don't know why I'm laughing. No, but everybody, and everybody was awesome in this film, and it's very special to me, and I think to others, and things like that. But what I want to get out of the movie, or I want people to get out of the movie, is just be entertained. Yeah, that's it.
That's good, dude. Yeah. I mean, what more can you want as somebody that's creative and that's putting out some art, you know? Be entertained, you know? I think this movie definitely has, I mean, it was fun being on set, man. I'll tell you this, you know? And even reading the script, I was entertained. Cool. You know? Yeah. So if you could be entertained by just reading it and then being on set and then seeing it, it was really cool.
Yeah, and each character brought something out of what I had initially written, and I let some improv go on and stuff like that. You know, and we were talking about earlier, like Christopher Nolan will, the actor will be like, so should I do this approach or or what should I be thinking in the scene or whatever? And he goes, what do you think? And they're like, what? But he made it like a playground. And he talked about Heath Ledger. You know, they all just were having fun. Especially the scene that they were talking about in particular was where they're with the gangsters and the Joker walks in and he does the pencil trick.
Yeah.
He was improvising, doing different things. There was all like kind of improv-y scene, and they were all just having fun.
Yeah.
And that is so cool.
It is cool.
That's the best.
Yeah.
And they talked about too that they said that Heath Ledger got so dark in the movie, and that's why he got. But he said that Heath they were having fun,
right?
And he said Heath was out of character right when they
cut.
Yeah, he goes, "Was that good?" Like he was even asking the other actors, "Do you think I should do that? Should I do that growl?" Or whatever he did. And he did the growl, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's cool." Like he was coming up with that right then.
Yeah.
But that's the best. Like you think that shit's all written.
Yeah.
But I think we have some of that in Cannibal Comedian where we're coming up with some cool shit right on the spot. I hope that comes, that's what we hope for.
Yeah.
But it felt good when we were on set.
Yeah.
You were only there on the comedy days, which those were fun.
Yeah.
But when we were out in the desert, I was like, guys, I think we're making a really good movie. They're like, okay. No. But like I felt like dude,
yeah, because
I think this is gonna be something.
Yeah,
like, and everyone's like, yeah. Like I don't know if everybody always thinks that, but it felt that way for us on set, and we all became like a family, and we were on this like little tiny cabin together for these days, and we all, the big thing, like, not really any ego involved, and nobody really thinking they're special, and we're all just trying to work together, especially on such a low budget film. Like even people think this is crazy, but the main actor is like, oh, did you want me to go grab the catering? Like everybody was helping, and I cherish that as all of us really had creative input on this, and it's such a cool experience. It happened so quick, and then COVID happened, thankfully, pretty much after we shot, wrapped.
Yeah, that's incredible, dude. I mean, how is it? I mean, did you freak out? Were you like, what's gonna happen to my film? Like, or did you like not even go there? Did you like start thinking about your own health and and your family? But
no, all about film. Yep. Yeah. Oh. No,
I mean, because I
was flipped out at first, but I was like, at the time, I was like, oh, everybody that talking about the movie, were like, hell yeah, we got that all filmed, before all this shit went down, because we finished in early February, with everything.
But then you realized that you needed some pickup shots, right?
And that's when we started talking,
And
we went out in the desert with a couple of us, guerrilla filming and being cautious of everything. And everybody was cool and got that done. And I think that was before we could even do the rapid tests and stuff like that. And that, on the next project, I really want to shoot it this year. We have to really start moving quick. I have the other one, and we have a rough script already on a horror. I'm calling it like Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Alien. It's got an element of apocalyptic, like Hills Have Eyes, and Texas Chainsaw, like another cannibal family.
Nice.
And then it's also got the alien thing going on too. So I was incorporating a little bit of sci-fi into this world of horror. I mean, they've done it before, but I don't know if they've done it where they literally do like Alien and Texas Chainsaw into one.
That's so cool, dude.
So
I mean, you're already incorporating like two worlds that like they don't normally cross.
No.
You know what I mean? With the stand-up comedy and the horror, and now this one with the sci-fi and the horror. I love what you're doing, man. I think that you know, and that's why it's important to hear, you know, these up and coming artists, you know, filmmakers, actors, musicians, stand-up comedians. Basically, everyone I'm having on my podcast is not exactly, you know, mainstream. You know, some might be, you know, but for the most part, they're the ones you're going to be hearing about in months, years to come. So I think it's really cool to get that point of view from somebody that's not there yet. You know what I mean? Like completely, you know, and
see how much I change on the next one. Like,
yeah,
showing up, I got whatever.
Yeah,
all the cool stuff.
Yeah, maybe you'll just go to set with a helicopter at all the time. This is how I roll now. Yeah.
I like listening to very successful people, either celebrities or just anyone in the entertainment industry, and hearing them talk about how they have to, you know, keep a level head, because it does get weird, and all these people do not only want something from you, but they all want to, you know, be around you or whatever. I mean, I'm far from that, but I like listening and hearing people be pretty whatever, right sized, feet on the ground, know where they came from, type of people, even if they're at this like high level.
Yeah.
Because you got to know where you came from, and you know, I do see in myself like getting a little bit like over, like being like, oh man, I'm a badass, but I know that it's where you come from anyways. I just don't. I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm gonna be a total asshole when I'm famous. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, you just, I don't know. The whole thing too is it's not about. I think when I was younger, I wanted to be famous.
Yeah.
Right. Now it's like, can I put food on the table making like a low budget horror? That would be fucking cool.
That would be cool.
I don't care. I mean, popular enough to be able for people to buy my movie.
Yeah.
I'm not looking. I don't want to be Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
And I probably won't be anybody that big. Like my brother or someone will say like, man, you're gonna be like Rob Zombie, and or other people will be like, don't forget me when you get big. I've always heard that.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna be big, so we're good. No. But I want to be able to go out there and film and make money, and then go in the recording studio and record music.
Yeah.
And go play.
Yeah.
And bring in enough money to survive.
Yeah.
That is the goal. That and then to have cool people to talk to and cool people to meet, and to have fans. How cool would that be? I mean, I've experienced a little bit of it, and it's pretty amazing. And yeah, I
like it, dude. You know, I tell people all the time, because I've been in LA for 20 years now, and yeah, just that in itself is an accomplishment. And I, you know, what you described is just continue doing what you love to be doing, and then you're making a living from it, you know, on a smaller scale than, you know, somebody who's making those Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies, or those, you know, Friday the 13th movies, or what, any other movies that's higher budget, whatever. If you could make a living doing what you're doing, and you're saying, yeah, that's good enough for me, dude, that's fucking, that to me is success. You know what I mean? Like,
and what is famous anyways nowadays? Like, you can just be a YouTuber and
yeah,
you're famous. You're getting millions and millions of views. And
yeah,
I mean, when you say that, like another friend of mine was coming up with an idea for like if it was a bigger movie, you know, like a Friday the 13th, and then he was talking about like me directing it. Just, he doesn't have those contacts or anything. But I go, well, that would be badass.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, no, I'm doing low budget horror.
Right.
You know. But I also think it's a process too. You know, you got to really believe in yourself in some manner, and you got to be kind of crazy too to think that I'm gonna be a filmmaker and that's how I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I got nothing else.
Yeah.
That's what I do, and that's all I know. And even if I stop for a little bit, I always go back to music and film and stuff. But I do believe that like some of the successful people, like Kevin Hart is like, you know, that's, you know, like he's like a god or whatever. Like he's most successful from, you know, low to the highest level of success.
Yeah.
But the way he talks and even McGregor, the fighter, you know, he would just believe that he was going to be the best. You know, you got to have some of that though.
Yeah.
And I do visualize that I will be I have some of that, and I also go, I'm never going to be like a Rob Zombie, but I also have to admit that I do that. I go, I am going to be the next big time John Carpenter, Wes Craven, Eli Roth, Quentin Tarantino. He does a little horror, but I'm going to be that next guy, and that's that. I have some of that though, but other people will be like, "Fuck you!" Like you're not that. But you have to have some of that. You have to visualize that shit. Otherwise, like, what are you doing?
I think if you don't visualize that stuff, you got whack fucking imagination. It's not strong enough to imagine you as a big successful director.
Yeah, and then the other part too is like that this is a whole process. Like if I would have, for Cannibal Comedian, if we would have got this like fully financed and got some big stars in it, I would have fallen apart. I wouldn't have known how to deal with big time actors probably. I wouldn't have known. I'm still trial and error. I'm learning. I'm learning how to be a director. I'm learning how this all works. So I'm so grateful that I was able to do it my way.
Yeah.
And make my own mistakes. And then by the time, I hope to make a couple films a year. That would be that would be what I would want to do. And then by the 10th film, maybe I get a Friday the 13th, the newest one. And they go, Sean Haitz, this guy's been killing it. So that too. But, I do want to, on these films make a little bit so I can provide.
Oh, yeah, man. Your kid has to go to college, right?
Yeah.
So buy his T-shirts, guys. If you like the T-shirt he's wearing, go to cannibalcomedian.com and order one, and he'll ship it to you, and it'll arrive on your doorstep like Amazon. Boom. And then you'll be sporting that. Or he's got that the face mask, which is cool because no one else has got that face mask. If you're a true horror film, buff, or you just like cool looking stuff, definitely check it out.
And we got a trailer is going to be coming soon, and we're getting close to having a cut, and it's pretty cool. It's really cool.
It is really cool. And, I'm bummed out that we're not going to have the premiere at the Workaholics house.
Well, we don't know that yet, though. But
yeah. Well, I hope. Well, yeah. I mean, I just hope that that the right distributor picks it up and just blows it up and gets it out there and gets it seen in front of the world, because this is a great film, and it's it has great people attached to it.
Yeah, and the biggest thing, there hasn't been that. I don't think a Cannibal Comedian,
no,
a killer. My whole thing was like, if Leatherface from Chainsaw, deep down, didn't want to tell anybody, but he loves stand-up comedy. He wishes he could go up on stage. And then I took it to another level, like with story, but also with, making the stand-up comic, which was so cool how that just fell into place. More like a Christian Bale, like American Psycho, like a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
Just a white bread guy, and he's surrounded by some very colorful characters that I put in this movie, and I love that. I'm all about all different types, and there's a drag queen, cannibal, and like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
that's
like the actual cannibal seems like the most normal.
That's so cool.
Yeah, he looks the most normal. So.
Yeah, he does. He looks clean cut, white bread, all American, and that's
sick fuck.
Yeah,
that you like because he's charismatic.
Yeah, and he's funny. And
none of these people ever did stand up either. And I was looking back at you because you were playing the wand and you were at the you were at the bar.
Yeah.
And I would look over and be like, was that good? And you're like, hell yeah. And I'm like, that approval from you guys as stand up comics, like that was good. This really feels like an open mic.
Dude, it felt like an open mic, dude. Like I mean, I swear to God, like I was, because that's how I started stand up. I was DJing at a comedy club. Then just doing everything. So I was bartending too.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
And I would have to sign up the comics for open mic.
Oh shit.
So exactly what happened in the scene that I was in.
Yeah.
What happened in the scene was like. So it's just
I didn't even know that stuff.
Yeah, dude. So it was kind of like flashback, man. It was kind of like really, really cool. Dude, you nailed it. Down to the headshots of the comedians on the wall.
Yeah. And then the owner with his own headshot on the wall. He's like, how'd that get up there? Like he's with the greats. He's like, my guys at the club are funny, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's totally authentic, and not to mention that some scenes were filmed at the famous Workaholics house, where they filmed the Comedy Central show Workaholics. So that's really cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. So it's got a scene there in the movie.
Yep. Fun scene.
Yeah, it is a fun scene.
Some of these add-ons, I think, are really going to give it some polish and then give it a little. Because I told you I showed you the intro cut that Court did, and it looks pretty damn good. It's the intro to the movie, and
that's awesome.
And
and the new poster that you got, looks killer too. So is that going to be the final poster? Or is that
we're just going to change some things on it, but it's 75% there,
nice.
Right on that. That's the first poster.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of the main ones we pitch.
Yeah.
But it has the vibe. You get the whole thing there, and that this guy Ryan James, who played Bruce in one scene in the movie. We hit it off right away because we worked with Bill Moseley, who's in Texas Chainsaw 2 and all Rob Zombie's movies, cool. and he worked with him, but he's a huge horror buff, and then he later on became a producer on this movie, and I'm excited to have him aboard because he's such a horror fanatic. And
he knows his stuff.
Oh yeah, and when he looks at a poster, he's like, "This is what I would like to see."
Mm-hmm.
Like as a fan, he collects movies, Blu-rays. He knows what looks good, and he turned me on to this one guy, and then he made a mock-up poster, and then the guy who really made the poster just fucking knocked it out of the park. You saw that poster, and then we're just gonna do a couple things here and there. But he's all about behind the scenes stuff. So we're shooting behind the scenes stuff, and because a lot of the horror fans, they want the extras on the Blu-ray. They want to see how you guys did this and all that stuff, and that's all exciting to me because I didn't do that with any of my other films. I didn't have those people with my producing and had my back with that.
I love
stuff.
behind the scenes stuff. I really do. And just working with filmmakers and doing some stuff. like I always wanted to be the guy filming that behind the scene stuff, because I found it fascinating. I know a lot of people do as well, because it's not just about the finished product. How did you get there?
Yeah, and the stories,
Yeah.
and even the drama that comes with it all, and so we started doing that, and then you did some behind the scenes stuff too. So that's awesome. We're gonna put all that shit together,
dude. I can't wait to see it. Because especially with this crew that you had, everyone was super cool, and
hell yeah.
So they have some behind the scenes footage, with all these great people that you brought together, is really cool, because it's really cool to watch people that all want to be there on set, whether it be the wardrobe, makeup, actors, everything, like they all had like the vibe of like we're making something cool here.
Oh yeah,
it's good. And
I think this one stopped.
Oh, okay.
Did it? Or did it show?
Let me get it right now.
Cause it had that little red light.
Thanks for looking out.
I look at that stuff.
It's on there now.
I don't see the red light.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, there it is. It's there.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
It's there now.
Yeah. So I mean, it's really cool to see that, and I'm glad you're doing the behind the scenes thing.
Yeah, I'm so grateful you got involved. Like everything happened so perfectly.
Yeah.
Because when you did your acting job, that was great. But when
Thanks.
later on, we went out and got drone footage of exteriors and establishing shots and the cool van shot.
Yeah.
And all that.
I can't
stuff.
wait to see that.
Yeah, that looks great. And then you turned me on to Cortland, who's a phenomenal VFX, special effects, editor, filmmaker, just running and gunning. Yeah, actor, running and gunning and making shit happen. And he's
going to be in the next Friday the 13th movie.
Yeah, he did the fan film just now.
Yeah.
It's called it's Jason in the Snow.
Yeah.
What was it called? The Hike.
I don't know.
But it was badass.
That's cool.
And he acted in that. And
so I mean, you got some real pros that know the genre.
He's another horror comedy guy. So I got the right people looking over him. Totally. It's almost like looking over me, or not looking over me, but like, coaching, not even coaching, but just assisting, and got my back, and it's so much better than the other ones that I've worked on, it's like if you had a guy that's really good at documentaries, like about snails, and then he's your producer, I don't think he'd be the right producer. I got these guys that are horror comedy buffs, right? They love that shit.
Yeah.
And that's all they live for, that are helping me with the film.
That's awesome.
That's so, I'm so grateful for that. That, I was talking about higher power shit before.
Yeah.
Like that. If I was drinking and doing all that shit, man, I would be fucking, no way.
Yeah.
No way I would be doing all this stuff. So there's a path. There's a path for people. And you kind of know it when you're going really against the grain.
Yeah.
And you stub your toe, and then you're getting in bad traffic, and you can restart your day, but when you're forcing and you start fucking shit up.
Yeah.
I've experienced it where I'm just fucking shit up all day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta let in another I'll even say God or higher power, you take over. I don't know. Yeah. I'm fucking up all day. Yeah. I gotta chill out.
Yeah.
Or if whatever, you don't believe in God or anything, you just literally chill out.
Yeah.
And understand that you are really pushing people away from you. You're really fucking up all day. You're doing something wrong. And I have that tendency to just push, but it's you're pushing people away. Or pushing, things, results, and being desperate and all that stuff. I know all that shit. I try not to be. I ran into Eli Roth. Do you know that director? He did a Hostel, and he's the new John Carpenter, the master of horror. And I was all like a little desperate-y kind of talking. I was like, I made this movie, Big Top Evil. And he's like, yeah, cool, man. I said, and it got worldwide distribution and you know, just all nervous. And he's like, all right. He was being kind of cool. Yeah. And then I said, well, I think you like it because it, you know, it's got cannibal clowns in it, you know? And he's like, oh, that's cool. And then he turned his head and he was done with me. And I was like, oh, I guess he's done talking to me. That shit sucked.
While you were still standing there.
Yeah. And I just walked away.
Yeah. Where was this, at Starbucks?
No, it was at I got invited to Rob Zombie's 3 from Hell premiere, which I wanted to walk up to Rob Zombie too. I got invited by Bill Moseley and his manager, and that was a special treat, but I felt very awkward because I didn't, you know, I went into, you know, all, you know, self-centered me. I'm not good enough because I'm looking at Danny Trejo. I'm looking at Cassandra something, the girl that plays Elvira. Fucking Slash is there. Like all like rock stars and horror icons. And even like some stand-up comics like what's this small guy, Patton Oswalt.
Yeah.
He was there. I talked to him. Yeah, Patton Oswalt. I talked to him and I told him about my movie and stuff. He was really cool.
Yeah.
But that was my first real Hollywood experience, like with all the celebrities, where I was like there, you know, I was a part of it. I was, you know, but I was like tagging along like Bill Moseley. I didn't know what to do. And then his daughters are there and they're like, who is this?
He brought you along?
His manager invited me.
Oh, wow.
I was like, I guess I was like her date, but then she just like totally went away. But if I was like cool enough and strong enough, I would have went out. There was the red carpet. They had all the people, all the paparazzi, and I could have walked down that thing and been like, yeah, I just made this movie called Big Top Evil.
Yeah.
I should have done all that, but I went all like not like introvert and didn't know what to do, and
it's a lot to handle, man.
That was a lot.
I mean, right? Like, so you got the media out there in front of the red carpet.
It was big. Yeah, because there was, you know, rock stars were there.
Yeah,
and a lot of horror icons, including, you know, like big comics and stuff like that. So it was really cool. But you know, I give myself the benefit of the doubt that I wasn't gonna back off. I went up to Eli Roth. I went up to these people and said hi, and I made sure of it. But Eli was a little bit of a dick, but also I was a little bit desperate talking to him. I don't know why I got into that, but I you know, I hope that I can get away from that desperate, like, please love me, know me, kind of because that is so unattractive, especially to like Hollywood. Or anybody. You know, just being desperate. But it's very difficult to be desperate but not act desperate.
You know, I mean, that's a good point. But that's what reminds me of like me when I said I don't like the business part of the stand-up. You know, because it's cutthroat and you got to be phony sometimes where you're networking and you got to, you know, go up to people and tell them you're, you know, stand-up comedian, you know, which I hate doing, you know. I kind of like laying low, you know, but this and that. But, you know, the people that get through doors, a lot of them are, you know, they're great at that and they're great at smoozing and, you know.
It's a big part of it.
Yeah, it is.
I do stand up, but I'm sitting down right now. So what's going on? Bad
so
joke.
I mean, it's just
you can cut that out, please cut that out. Thank you.
You know, it's tough, dude. But the good thing is like, you know, nowadays you could do a lot of stuff on your own, right?
Yeah, like what you're doing right now, and that's the beauty of it. I think Hollywood in a way is like going away eventually, because
it's definitely changing.
You got these YouTubers that are much more popular than Tom Cruise. Which is weird.
It is weird, but it's been like that for like 10 years. You know, and I remember when YouTube was starting off, dude, because I was a serious actor then, you know what I mean? And I just, looked at, those people as just, not serious artists at all.
Right.
Nothing, they call themselves influencers now, or, creative types and this and that. And I kind of like brushed them off. Where if I would have gotten the game at that point, man, I would have been on the ground floor of all that stuff. But, just didn't go that route.
Yeah. I don't even know how to do it. Like, I just kind of know what I do.
Yeah.
Just try to keep doing that. Like, I obviously don't think Cannibal Comedian, like, 16-year-olds are not going to like this movie. It's probably going to be around my age, like, 25 to 45 or something. But there's millions and millions of people that will.
I don't know. I think
it'd be cool if a 16-year-old girl was it like my niece. She's 15. If her and her friends you got to check out Cannibal Comedian. That shit is funny. I don't know. But
I know what you're saying. Like I think that that your audience. And
I'm a little out of touch now. I saw that I was at the store the other day, and I kind of really realized that this girl was talking about. They don't even call them bands anymore. They're not bands. They're artists, I guess.
Oh, really?
But she's like, oh, I don't listen to that. The guy that was back in the groceries is like, oh, did you hear the new album of blah blah blah? And she's like, oh, I like their older stuff, and I never even heard of them. And I said, what type of music? And what did he say? He said, some weird thing that I never heard of. And I'm like, wow. Trap rap. Thank you. Wow. I can't believe you. Yeah, he said trap rap.
Yeah.
I was like, wow. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my own thing. Like my music is not trap rap. It's, my influences are Oingo Boingo and the B-52s and Devo and the Ventures and the Safaris and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
But still original and still different, and maybe, but you look at like Post Malone and stuff like that. He kind of created his own style. Mm-hmm. Like he fucking loves Nirvana and did this whole thing with a Nirvana tribute.
My niece loves Nirvana too, dude. She's 17.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
And so it's still staying.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. And her favorite movie is Scarface.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
Dude, she's 17.
Yeah, that's good. I feel like those type of people are gonna have more. I don't know. I can't think of the word, but be more in tuned with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Not so close-minded in this little tiny world.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
I'm closed-minded too, though, with music. I admit that. You actually have to stick it in my face or like be listening to it for me to like, hey, check this out. I'm not gonna check it out. It's not that I don't know. If you're like, you got to check this band out, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna check it out.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm being a dick. I'm just like off to something else and I forget about it. And my friend is really mad at me because he always tells me to check something out. And once in a great mood, I'll finally. I need to like one day just like check everything out that everyone has told me to. That'll be the day.
Yeah.
That I just check all the shit out that everyone. Check that show out.
Yeah. I'm the same way, man. People are like, I'm really into this. I'm like, okay, great.
Yeah.
It's like, there's only 24 hours in the day, right? And you got a kid now, and I'm sure you're finding that the days are going by faster.
Yeah. Definitely go faster. We're all on a weird schedule right now.
Yeah.
Days go by. Like so selfish of me before I had Lennon or before I even thought about having kids. I'd see other people with kids and I'm like, man, they're wasting their time. Like they gotta be if they want to be, because like a friend of mine would, he's got 2 boys, and he wants to be a writer,
Mm-hmm.
and to be like, well, man, you really that whole day you just have to watch the kids, you can't write,
Yeah.
But now I'm just like so grateful because I'm not gonna be trying to filmmake every second.
Yeah.
Now my life is just so full because if I'm not working on my project, my son is right there, and there's stuff to do, and it's not a waste of time at all. Like even like going and doing the dishes and cleaning and doing laundry. There's a lot of extra laundry and all that. Like I actually enjoy doing that. There's something about doing that that physical thing, of cleaning or helping out and doing all that stuff that just makes so my life is pretty fulfilled. Like I wouldn't even be able to go. I mean, I probably could find time to like go feed the homeless and stuff like that. But like doing the dishes and watching my son and do all that, my life is just so much more fulfilled. Because before I would get these like feelings of like, oh, what do I do now? And oh man, like I would just get all like the hole in my chest wouldn't be filled, and that's how I would drink. But when I stopped drinking, didn't have a family or anything, I'd always get like irritable and what am I fucking gonna do right now? I don't know what to do and I don't want to do anything. And there's always something for me to do now.
Nice. And you like
Always.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah. I like it a lot, and
Because you're like the type of person that likes to keep busy.
Oh yeah. I mean, I have my laziness for sure, but I always had natural energy. Always. I'm way more laid back now, but like back in the day, that girl thought I had hyper, ADHD.
Yeah.
'Cause you're hyper.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So I always, I was proud of myself for not, for having like energy.
Yeah.
I could bring it.
Yeah.
And I still have that, and I know that I could have it a lot more. Like you see, like Kevin Hart, that
Yeah.
natural energy.
Yeah.
Like that's at the highest level you could possibly be.
Yeah.
With that beautiful energy.
Who's second? Ellen, you think?
Ellen DeGenerate. Yeah, she's really nice. I heard she's like a really nice lady.
Yeah.
And she's a good dancer and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's cool. Ellen.
No,
she'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she's a multimillionaire and
Yeah.
all that, and
yeah, she'll be fine, but she won't be fine because
people found out she's mean.
no, it goes back to like what we were saying earlier. Like you said, your happiness would lie if you just continued making films and you didn't have to be that big time filmmaker. But if you paid the bills with that, you'd be happy.
Hell yeah.
And that because that's fulfilling to you. I believe that Ellen, because she's a stand-up comedian, what fills her up is entertaining people.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah.
And you get that taken away along with the people that we incorporated in Cannibal Comedian. We touched on that maybe don't get to do stand up anymore because
well, we can talk about them if you want. Like Brian Callen and
yeah.
Christy Leila.
Yeah.
Leila.
Yeah. They
deleted.
they got
People, Chris deleted.
Yeah, that was one of the scenes in the movie.
But yeah, those guys, especially Brian Callen, because he's been in the game for forever and a very accomplished actor.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
Why 20 years later on Twitter someone say something? I mean, that he raped her. That was the thing.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
Yeah. No, and I know one of the girls that was she was on E, but I'm friends with her on Facebook, and it's no secret. Name is Tiffany King. And dude, I remember, when back when I was bartending at the comedy club and signing up open micers and stuff like that. That's where I met her. And we did a road gig, and I remember her talking about it, that situation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know it's real.
Yeah. Shit happens.
Yeah. It happens.
But it's happened forever in Hollywood anyways.
Yeah.
It's just we're trying to stop it.
Yeah.
Now. Like it's known.
Yeah.
There's that show called Hollywood, is it? It's pretty good.
Is it?
But it's all like the guy from Sheldon from that Big Bang Theory plays this very sick and twisted gay agent, and he has like guys sucking his dick and all this crazy shit.
Really?
But that was back in the 60s, 50s and 60s when you weren't allowed to be gay. So they'd have these little parties with the gay agents and gay top execs, and they'd have to hide it. Some were married with kids and shit. So it was really heavy. But that's the show. It was really, but he's amazing in that show. If you could get an Oscar for a show, he's really
the
good.
Dude from Big Bang.
Yeah, the main guy.
It's a good show. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. It's called like Something Hollywood. Very good, fun, really fun to watch because they really killed it with the 1950s Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
It was so much fun just to watch it. The way they, but yeah, it was really. I mean, it's been going on forever, basically, from guys and girls, and everybody knows it though.
Yeah, that was nobody's secret.
Yeah,
but
just bringing down the big guys.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like, not only is this virus taking out people, but like so is pedophilia and rape and like all this stuff.
I can't believe just like Twitter has become like once it hits Twitter, then LA Times is on it. Like the next day, just because it was trending.
Yeah,
and somebody said something. But isn't that a little bit weird though? Before it even goes to court, that they're like. Brian, like I heard Brian Callen, I don't know exactly, but I've been listening in on all this stuff from other podcasters. But like he lost his CAA agent, manager, Brian Callen.
Oh, he did?
Like everything's gone.
Oh, wow.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I get my facts from other podcasters, but it sounds that way. Like
okay, because I know that happened with D'Elia, but I didn't know that happened with Callen.
And he lost his podcast too, pretty much. Like
who did Callen?
The fighter and the kid.
Yeah,
it's like no more.
Yeah. Supposedly they were making good revenue from that.
Yeah, and Brendan Shaw, I guess I heard too that they can't. That they don't want Brendan, like his management doesn't want him working with Callen. It's not that he wouldn't want to, because it's bad. But this is all before it even goes to court or anything.
Yeah, that's
just someone just saying you raped me. But I mean, it's not just that. Like that girl probably called and talked to a journalist and did the whole thing and opened up about it. But why would she hide it in for so many years? And then it's also already been a couple years since the Me Too thing. Why wouldn't?
Well, like
what we weird that
we touched
it takes so
on
long
it before. I remember I said that comics are such, like they're looking out for their career, dude. So like if they feel they're not gonna say anything because they feel like maybe he'll ask me to open for him one day.
Yeah.
Find out, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And that one day is never gonna happen. He's never gonna. So just say what you gotta say and say what you know.
Comics are awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
just
what do you expect, man? Through like comics are usually messed up, and then they want to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chris D'Elia, I can't even say D'Elia.
Yeah, D'Elia.
He and the other guy, Brian Callen, were gonna have a show on Netflix together, kind of like a punked thing. And I bet that shit would have been hilarious. And now we're not gonna ever see anything like that ever.
Yeah.
But I understand because a lot of people, he hurt people and little girls, and he's a kind of sick.
Yeah.
But
if they wouldn't have shown their penis to a 15-year-old girl, then
then they would have
we
a
could have
show.
seen this
Funny
show.
ass show. But isn't that a weird thing though? Like we don't get to see a funny ass show. But it's the same thing like Michael Jackson. We don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Like I still listen to his music.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch that documentary though.
Oh, you didn't?
But
That ruined it for me.
But I
And I
love
was a
his
huge
music.
Michael Jackson fan.
Yeah.
No, it sucks, dude.
And Bill Cosby, all that shit.
Yeah.
I never really liked him though, or
Yeah,
got into it.
yeah.
I didn't understand it.
Dude, you know what? I don't know if I trust. I mean, you drank before and then you quit, so you know, and you could fall back on any moment now.
Yeah, any moment, any second.
But I don't trust people that don't drink, dude, or or smoke.
Yeah, but
Or
you
do
trust
drugs.
me?
Yeah,
Somewhat.
because you're a rock star. You did it so much that you had to cut it out of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I think I explained it well. Where like I feel like I'm on a different path.
Yeah.
and this is a more successful path for me. So I got to cut that out. To get to
I don't
where
encourage anybody to do drugs or to smoke just to be interesting, this and that. But you know, like Cosby, for instance, like this guy was Mr. Squeaky Clean guy.
Yeah,
right?
that shit's weird. Yeah,
And then Ellen too, right? Ellen was, Mrs. Happy and Go Lucky and the best dancer in Hollywood, and all this great energy, right? Supposedly,
but even on the show, she'd always say some like little quippy, mean remark.
yeah,
That was part of her comedy, right?
yeah,
She just like real
Yeah.
quick, a little really mean, like a
Yes.
little like a
Yeah.
jab. I always saw them like, oh, that's her comedy though.
yeah,
It was funny,
yeah.
but it was mean,
Isn't that funny?
mean spirited.
It has to come out somewhere, right? Even if it was just in that little
There's
bit.
a little
yeah, and a little bit.
You ever notice that even on her nice daytime show?
Oh, dude, I saw that. I don't know if you saw that episode where they had all these free bags and all their audience members got to get one bag to take home.
Yeah.
She had a hidden camera, and she witnessed, one of the guests take 2 bags or 3 bags. I don't know, this and that. And she called them out during the show. Can you imagine getting called out on national television? You're there. You go to see Ellen.
Yeah.
And then she calls you out
Oh shit.
for stealing,
Yeah.
even though the bags were free.
That reminds me of when, which always sucks, is when like a rock star on stage, like Axl Rose or someone, would see someone being an asshole, like this one person out of like 50,000 people, and then starts ranting and like leaves the.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
You just feel so uncomfortable. Like,
Yeah,
Come
right.
on, man. Just
Right.
stay at.
Yeah.
I know that guy's an asshole.
Right. Yeah.
Just kick him out.
Yeah.
Tell someone after the song.
Yeah.
But they would go on this like rampage
Yeah.
on one, and you can never see that person.
Yeah. Right.
You just hear the
right.
the singer just yelling and
Totally.
and ruining the song.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're all human,
Yeah.
but that kind of reminds me of that, calling someone out that
Yeah.
and
It's
just,
just awkward for
ruins the
everybody,
whole show.
right?
Yeah,
It was, dude, I mean, like people were laughing at her, and Ellen was kind of like being funny.
Yeah.
She's like, she's like, oh, I brought it for my sister that couldn't come. And then she's like, Ellen's like, well, a lot of people's sisters couldn't come.
Oh man, yeah.
And like people were laughing, but it was a nervous laugh.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah,
this is awkward.
yeah.
Yeah.
But her show's gonna come back though, right?
No.
Oh, it's not. Is it done?
Yeah. I canceled it
Oh, good.
today.
Yeah. Sweet. You just
Before I
did.
started the podcast.
Yeah, I saw you pressing
I said,
some
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah, this thing's very powerful.
Cancel. Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. This is the big cancel button right
How
here.
about the?
I gotta be fresh. I gotta be fresh.
Let's just do that. Let's just listen to that. I could listen to that all night. I won't get into politics, but I'm going to get into politics here for a second. What was I going to say? Because I'm an idiot. But
we were talking about calling her out.
Yeah, just the that I don't know though, but I don't think that so many people have been into politics in my entire life. Like
yeah.
right now. Like
No,
now I'm even into it. Like it turned into popular culture.
Yeah.
Being into politics.
I know. You told me that you screamed at me. You said, build the wall.
Yeah, build a wall.
Yeah, go ahead, Juan. Go build. You call me with my character's name.
Yeah. What a fucker. I
You
did
told me to
exactly what.
I was like, Jesus,
Yeah.
why is he getting all political?
Yeah. And Vic is the only black guy. But he said he loved being the only black guy in it.
No, but
in the movie.
He
wasn't though, but
no.
but for the stand up, yeah.
Dude, I feel this. I feel the same way. I feel like since when do people like are so
involved?
Yeah.
But I think it was a social media. Like everyone has an opinion now.
Yeah.
And everyone thinks they're gonna outsmart or change.
Yeah.
The opinion. Like I went and said something somewhat political the other day, and people were pretty cool. You know, they didn't viciously like come at me, and then I got one like wise ass thing. And then I said something wise ass back to them. And then they said something wise ass. And I started like, I'm so like sensitive that I'm like, it's not only just sensitive, but I cannot let that fill up my already crazy brain with that nonsense. I already have like so much stuff to deal with that I'm never going to let that space in ever again. I don't have the time for it. And also, I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah.
Because I want to kill someone.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, that motherfucker. And they, no one was really even mean. And they got me on that one. And I was like,
this
wow.
This was on Facebook?
Yeah. I just posted one thing. And I'm like, no, I can't even. I just don't want to take up that space in my brain.
So you just left it?
No. I actually deleted my comment, so I don't have.
Oh, so you did.
I said something somewhat political.
Yeah. No. But the person that said something to you, did you go after them? Or you just deleted the.
Well, a few people said something, and then I'd say something wise but good-hearted.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was just like, and then I was. For an hour, I was checking on the thing I said to see what people are saying or if they're liking it or anything, and I started obsessed with that part of it, and then the people commenting, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And maybe a half hour I was upset.
Yeah.
And I deleted it, and I'll never write anything. And it was actually like not too political, but it had that. I said something a little bit wise. And you're like, this isn't worth it, right? No,
this
I can't do it.
Worth it.
I can't do it.
Yeah, this is taking up time that I could be playing with my son. I could be like, writing a
making
script.
me upset.
Yeah,
to mess with my time and mess with.
Dude, that's why I don't go there, man. I learned my lesson. Wow. You know what I mean? It's just like,
it's crazy time. Like I'll go down some comments in Twitter just on both sides, like with Republican and Democrat, and I'll look. Yeah. And it's just crazy on both. Like absolutely insane. Yeah. And people are going insane. And I was like, if I was for our president now or against, I would be like, well, I would rather have, Biden because I live in LA, just because I just want my people around me to be cool. I want everything, you know what I mean? Like, I know it goes way more deeper than that. Like this person could ruin our entire life. Yeah. Or the next life after us. And I understand that it can go really heavy. Yeah. But my selfish thing is like, I'd rather people be chill and happy around me if Biden is the president. Yeah. Because I'm in LA. Yeah.
And he's a horror film guy. So
is he?
Even better.
Yeah. And Donald Trump's just making everybody crazy. He just tweets shit that I would tweet, or some.
It's a live horror film.
You would never think like a president would tweet. So like that guy's a jerk. I'm like, holy shit. But it is a. I saw on Joe Rogan too. It seems like a mirrored thing though. Like, and I've learned that in just whatever meditation and all that stuff. That like when you're really upset at someone, or you're not even politics, but if you're like that guy's, I hate that guy. You got to look at yourself. Like, is there something in him that's intimidated?
Yeah.
Or are you kind of like him?
Mm-hmm.
I've done that where I really don't like this person. Then later on, wow, I'm kind of similar to that. And they were intimidating me.
Yeah.
Because maybe they are have a bigger ego, or a little bit more confident, or a little bit more funny or something.
Mm-hmm.
And or just like mirroring me.
Yeah.
So the hatred towards people,
Yeah.
all right, we gotta look at ourselves too.
Yeah. Sure.
That's about all I'm gonna say about that.
No, it's true because a lot of these people, that are super religious and they go after, a certain group, and then they end up getting caught with that certain group in a stall in an airport. So why were you all so against these people? And it turns out you're one of them, So
us humans are weird.
Yeah.
We're all very.
Yeah.
This whole pandemic's made us really realize how weird we all are.
And the internet, because the weirdos could find each other.
Yeah.
And that's what the internet's done. And so we're all in our group.
So what? I mean, the internet's good and bad, right?
Yeah.
It's got some amazing things.
Yeah.
Or social media, I mean.
Yeah.
Can be very, very good.
Yeah.
And bad.
Yeah.
I like to use it with promotional stuff for films and things like that. That's where it's very, very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I guess I'm just going with what my mind keeps coming up with, thinking like I was just thinking of the obsession of girls like on Instagram, modeling like hardly any clothes on, and they got 5 million followers, and I don't know where I'm going with that, but it's just that like, or like I would see like a girl on the street just like trying to get the perfect selfie.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, we are really more and more selfish than ever, right? In some ways. And it's weird to me that there's like a whole Me Too thing, and then you got all these girls that are like selling themselves on Instagram, but they hate guys.
Yeah, that's true, dude. Like who are you trying to appeal to by taking these selfies and trying to look all sexy, and then you're going after these guys?
But you're putting yourself out there, all these weird. That's where it came from, because all these weirdos, like me,
on there, not liking their stuff, but you're looking at it.
Yeah, but like, there's just so much. What do you call it? Hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Through everything.
Yeah.
Through it all.
Yeah.
But I can get into some of it and then pull myself out and realize, hopefully, my family's okay, and hopefully it seems like everything around me in my world, my little world, most of the people around me are doing fine.
Yeah.
Doing good, and everyone's okay. And there's, I can still go get gas at the gas station. I can go to the store.
Yeah.
And my wife's salon is opening up tomorrow finally, and that's great.
Are all the salons okay to open?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. And the unemployment was coming through, and just my family's good. Like, so I kind of look at that because that's all I know. I can't go to another level like some of these people, like, oh, these people lost their jobs in Idaho, and this person, and these people, you know what I mean? Like, I can only look at my little world and be like, everything is is okay. And I hope that's all I hope for. That's why I can't get into the politics too much.
Right.
Because I don't know what's real and what's not, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. As long as I like look out and there's not like a bomb, like, you know, I'm literally that like dense,
right?
Like where like I'm that simple, like well, I don't see any bombs going off and people dying in front of me and all that. So my world's fine.
Yeah,
I'm doing okay, and I'm doing my film stuff. And everything's pretty good. But like you go on the internet. The world's ending. Yeah. Like the world's not ending around me and not in Glendale. You know?
Glendale. That's a good commercial for Glendale.
Yeah.
The world is falling apart everywhere, but not in Glendale.
Not in Glendale.
Buy a house.
You get me, right? But we're on the same page, kind of like without not worrying about the politics of everything. And
I mean, I don't know. We're just we're very easygoing people, and I think that's you know, we're not gonna die of you know, high blood pressure anytime soon.
Yeah, and not get sucked into and you really enjoy. You know, you said you're going to Sequoia National Forest. And,
dude.
And you got to just get out there and enjoy. Because I'll listen to Joe Rogan. I get sucked in though with the digital, with the iPhone and watching YouTube videos and all that.
Yeah,
watching lots of podcasts.
Really,
I watch Joe Rogan like all the time.
Really?
Yeah, that's why this was so cool. Yeah.
I kind of modeled this after Joe Rogan's thing.
Sweet.
Like even like I liked, you know, because some people have the podcast where they're like both facing that way. You know what I mean? And I feel there's a disconnect. And I always liked, you know, Joe Rogan's podcast, how you look at him directly, you know, and like even the way it was cut, like what you see, you know, Joe Rogan in one, and then you see Elon Musk in the other. You know,
now I'm like, oh, this was in front of my face the whole time. But
no, it was good.
Oh yeah, this shot.
Yeah, that shot.
But yeah, I thank you for having me on this. This is so much fun.
Dude, like when else do you get to?
And I canceled my whole career and before I even have one. It's perfect.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm a big fan of podcasts too, man. I enjoy listening to them, and so it's great to be doing one. You know, because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And you know, I hope people could get something from it, and like I do, you know, and you know, hope people appreciate it.
They will.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Cool.
So cannibalcomedian.com is the website if you want to get a t-shirt or a mask.
Yeah, and then the stories on there, what it's all about, and behind the scenes pictures and some videos of some of the actors that you don't know. But when it comes out, you know, it's going to be nice that they're there, you know, when we build a fan base. That we have some stuff already there for people. But we'll be releasing a poster. I can't say that either. I don't know when yet, but that's almost done, and it's looking really cool in the trailer and the movie. And we wanted to have it come out this year, but we may only get to have like a soft premiere with cast and crew, and then I maybe even premiere it at a drive-in or at the Workaholics house. Because that's a really cool place to have a premiere, is the Workaholics house. But I want to do a drive-in, hopefully like a drive-in tour would be fucking awesome.
A drive-in tour?
Yeah, like different states. Show Cannibal Comedian.
Cool.
That would be
really cool.
Yeah, and then do a Q&A maybe at a couple of them, like after on stage.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Well, yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do. Like, it's so cool that we're all just trying to do it, you know, just anybody that's trying to do a podcast or a movie, you know, and just see what, there's so many people in the world that you know, even if we get thousands of fans, but like even whatever, somewhat popular. Cannibal Comedian gets somewhat popular, right? Or your podcast gets somewhat popular. Like, that is fucking good.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I'm not looking at the, millions and millions of people. That's just like, I can't even think about that.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
not realistic. I mean, it is realistic, but it's, shit's down the road too.
Yeah.
I understand shit's down the road. So I'm going to try to go after that. But I made a movie, 2011, Mangrove Slasher 2. There was not a first one. And straight to the sequel, where we were calling a prequel. But that was the joke of it. And I got popular in my hometown and everything like that, and that was a lot of fun. And then I did Big Top Evil, and most of that was 2012. And then we shot some more in 2017. Didn't come out till 2019. And then
and you shot it in 2017?
Shot some of it, but a lot of it in 2012.
12. Wow.
Yeah. So there was a gap there.
Yeah.
And then finally I was just like, fuck it. I gotta follow my passion. That's where Cannibal Comedian came alive, and
nice.
been able to get that. And I hope that this one is a launch pad to be able to make movies not a little easier, but a little easier. Like, movies aren't easy to make, but just a little bit more backing and support.
Yeah.
This one I thought from Big Top Evil I would get a little bit of support. I had a movie that came out worldwide, but that doesn't mean anything nowadays. Like, it can be worldwide, but if nobody knows about it, no one's going to click on it.
Right.
It can be available, but worldwide just means it's just sitting there, YouTube is world. I don't know. I think it's big.
It's worldwide.
Yeah, it's worldwide. Like, you put something on YouTube, it's worldwide.
Yeah.
I'm worldwide.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really mean much. You have to promote it, and it has to become something popular. So I guess I was just saying, like, I hope that this one, hits the right nerve. That's all we're trying to do is shoot, like, at the dartboard. Just,
I mean,
follow our shit.
I think you
passion.
did your part is quality control.
Yeah.
You put out a good product.
Yeah.
Right? And now it just needs to be seen.
Yeah, and then I hope after that, then that's what I was saying. Like, Big Top Evil, I thought that something would happen from that, and that's something I saw my dad. Like, nothing really happened after he won that show, the Gong Show, and he kind of got discouraged. I got a little bit discouraged that not really anything happened after Big Top Evil came out. I thought maybe a couple calls, maybe I get a manager. Maybe an agent would be, because I contacted a lot of agents too. Nobody, like, nothing happened. I even had Bill Moseley in the movie and all that. What happened was I finished a fucking movie and I got it distributed, and I learned how deliverables go, and I learned how to finish a movie. I already said that, but and more horror people know about me. Never going to see a dime from that movie. It's not that I made a bad distribution deal. It's just that these distribution companies want to make any of the little money that comes in, and they're going to somehow figure it out.
Yeah.
Whatever deal you made, they kind of take.
So do they own the movie, or do you own it?
I own the movie, and then they own 25% of it. Or they get revenue from that, but they tack on all these other charges, like how much Blu-rays were to get made, and all the pitching they did to the other network, or not networks, the streaming services.
Yeah,
and they'll probably charge you for a phone call. I don't know, but they charge you all this other stuff.
Yeah,
so that's just part of the game with that. But I've heard from a lot of filmmakers. Indie filmmakers that they don't really ever see like a dime. So that's the hard part. Trying to get your movie out there and not get, it's not that this company screwed me, because I got my movie out there, and if it did make a lot of money, I'd probably make some money. But it didn't make a lot of money, but I don't see anything.
Yeah,
they get whatever.
For how long?
5 years they have to film.
Oh, okay.
But after Cannibal comes out, maybe they'll go back to that one. I want to see Sean's other work.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the nature of the beast.
Yeah.
With the film, I don't know if, some filmmakers are getting smart about it now, but filmmakers go, I just want to make a movie, I think.
Yeah.
And they don't realize there's a whole distribution and marketing part of it that you got to really be knowledgeable in, which I'm learning now. It's all learning. But that's why I love filmmaking so much, because I love every aspect of I like from pen to paper to like distribution to, all the promotional stuff.
That's awesome, dude. You're a true filmmaker, dude, if you love all that stuff.
I love all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So go check it out. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And the name of the podcast is Poop Dollar Podcast.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Poop dollar! This is poop dollar!
That's it.
Yeah.
I love it. My son would love that. He'd be saying that shit. Poop dollar.
Because he likes poop?
Yeah.
Or
He
just
said
kids?
saying poop. Yeah,
Oh,
kids just love saying poop.
Yeah. And
And pee.
yeah.
Don't forget pee. That's part of it.
So, Poop Dollar was a part of the Workaholics. They did a prank when they would sit on top of the roof and they would put a dollar bill out on the street.
Yeah.
And they would put a turd in the middle of it.
Oh, man.
And they would watch people pass by and look at the dollar and pick it up, and then it'd be
Poop dollar!
yeah.
Shit on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
that's them.
Yeah.
That's sampled. That's
Yeah.
them.
Poop dollar!
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah.
That's all
So,
That's awesome.
but it's also, why I liked it and I decided to name the podcast that is because, it's because related to the Workaholics house. And, but it's also a metaphor, if, like, have you ever received something and then it turns out to have some poop on it? Like something good and then it turns out to be bad. So that's what a poop dollar is.
That's
like
beautiful.
You think it's good, but it turns out to be crap.
Yeah.
And we've all experienced that in life. Do you remember any sort of poop dollar incident
Where I think
where you thought it was a good thing, and then it turned out to be a bad thing?
yeah.
So you
Hopefully
thought
not.
you
Hopefully
scored.
not this movie. Yeah.
Anything sticks out?
Relationships.
Relationship. Yeah,
Those are poop dollar
She
relationships.
had some turd inside.
Yeah.
her. She was full of crap.
Yeah, but what's funny with me, I always think I have a part in it.
Yeah.
With the
Okay.
I always poop a little bit in the dollar
That's interesting.
myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going deep.
Yeah, that is deep.
Yeah.
That is deep. Because so that's going back to like the self-sabotage thing, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's a real thing. And I could totally, dude, I pooped on some of my own stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point,
Well, shit.
Shit.
All right, who's poop this time?
Oh, that's all Adam.
Does that come out in the whole thing too? You hear that, or we just hear that?
Yeah, it's in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody hears it. No,
Just use that the whole time.
we'd look
We're
like
just like-
real weirdos if we're like just smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We're like, no, we hear it all.
Was it Vanessa? She's got tattoos, man. I'm into that lately.
It's from the show.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Now I hear their voices. That's awesome. Yeah, dude. I mean, I could even keep going.
No, dude.
This
This is one of the reasons why I want to have you on, because I know we could go for it, dude.
Yeah.
We could go endless, dude. Like it's like,
Shit.
and but we'll have you back, dude. If
Hell
you'll
yeah.
come back, and when we get closer to, we'll get updates on the movie. And
Next time, like if I do like have some success, I'm gonna come on with like very expensive wardrobe looking. Maybe I'll get some platinum teeth.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you've changed. What are you talking about, bro?
What are you talking about?
Like, and I'm like, ching tang, or whatever. I don't know what that means. Ching tang. That's Chinese. Yeah, but this has been.
Who knows? Maybe you'll have another kid by the next.
Yeah, Japanese.
You still packing
boy.
in some heat?
What's that mean? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
She would want to have another kid, I think. But that would be cool if you had a little brother,
bro.
or be an only child. You're not an only child, right?
No.
Yeah, I don't know. That would be weird. I mean, there's 4 of us and my siblings and to be the only one. So yeah, I mean, that would be cool. He's cool. He's learning Japanese too as he's learning, and I'm learning too. Like all the words that he's learning that my wife is teaching him.
Yeah,
because she's Japanese.
She was born there.
Yeah, Tokyo.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, a small town outside Tokyo, and then she lived in Tokyo for a long time.
How long has she been in California?
15 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Does she have an accent?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, not totally like Americanized or anything.
Oh, wow.
She learned English here, or she knew some English back then, but yeah, she really learned English here in California.
Interesting.
Yeah, man, self-made too. Like
Really?
makeup artist. Now owns her own salon. Fucking killing it.
In Glendale?
Yeah, in Glendale.
Nice.
Successful.
It's a wealthy neighborhood.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
So
Gets a lot of good
people
clients.
people with money definitely live there.
Yeah.
And wow, that's great, man. And so she's really business oriented.
Oh man.
Yeah, she knows her stuff.
Yeah, big
That's
time.
great.
Yeah. I'm the opposite.
Yeah. Well, that's why you guys you guys are the yin and the yang.
Oh my God, we're total opposites, but we're both weird, like silly.
Yeah.
So that part is really strong.
Oh,
That
nice.
she will do weird songs, like whatever, being dumb, and then with Lennon, come up with funny songs, and it's always it's usually about Lennon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, things he's doing or whatever, but silly lyrics that are catchy, and then we'll both be singing both songs and come up with funny things, and
Oh, that's
that's pretty special.
yeah. That's awesome, dude.
Yeah,
That's great, dude. Where'd
Yeah,
you guys meet?
we met online.
Yeah. That's awesome.
One of those apps.
So it works.
Yeah, I guess so.
My buddy is newly divorced, and he's all over those apps. I tell him, dude, you could. I mean, for one, that's especially now that quarantine and this lifestyle that we're living now. I mean, that's pretty much the only way.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like at first it seemed weird,
Mhm.
like for a lot of people, I would never want to meet someone on an app, but people meet a girl at the bar, or
Right.
where are you gonna meet nowadays? Really,
Yeah.
meet somebody.
Mhm.
There's a lot of online.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any difference where you
No.
meet somebody, but it was very judged for a
Yeah.
while. I don't think it really is anymore.
No. That's
That's
what
how-
I'm saying. Like right now is like that's the only place you're gonna meet somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, where you're gonna go up to somebody with a mask on, like, wow, you're
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like,
I love your mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna
yeah.
fly. Yeah.
I don't see
That's-
that happening. So I mean, yeah, dude, you're proof. I love to see that, And I've had another friend. He got married too and had a kid. So yeah,
Yeah, we go on a lot of trips and stuff too. So she's really opened up my. Like I never even went to Hawaii, and we've been twice. We got married in Hawaii.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Over a waterfall.
Under. No, at a wonderful courthouse. So beautiful.
Oh yeah.
But we, after, then we're in Hawaii.
Yeah,
like,
that's
and
cool.
literally we got married and had our honeymoon where we're at.
Oh, that's cool.
That's basically.
Yeah.
But she's like that. Like everything's set in place.
Oh, really?
Oh my
She's
God.
a planner?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh, good, dude. You're lucky.
Yeah.
I need a planner.
Yeah. It can be good. And it can be both.
Yeah.
She's, I never knew much about the Japanese culture, and I still don't. No, I'm learning. But yeah, they're very work orientated. I mean, I think they all are very. They have a very serious approach to life. And they're like, and it's not the right word, but like a machine. Like they can, I mean, they're people, obviously, but she can like go hard, work really hard and be very, very serious. And I'm like this, like, hey, and I play that too much sometimes when she's like really being serious.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I go total opposite. That's where we fight. And shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, oh, you want me to do the thing?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's just like,
it's serious time. Oh,
but I think that's where she likes me too, in a way that
like,
No more pranks, okay? We're not in college anymore. We're grown-ups. So act like it.
yeah.
Just act like
I think I'm starting to get myself in trouble now. I wouldn't put this part of the podcast on. Calling Japanese people work. I had the workers. I guess that's not bad. I get worried now because I watch all these podcasts and people getting in trouble.
oh, yeah.
But I mean, it's quite an amazing thing to see how, how different we are, but how we, we're the same too.
Yeah.
And we always fall back on the we're both silly and weird, and then we go on like adventures, basically, like we go to all these cool places.
Yeah.
Even during the pandemic, we went to a couple cool places, and I mean, it was just last weekend we just went to San Diego to go.
I saw
and
that.
stay.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah, go to the beach and go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get away, man. And that's one thing I love about California so much that I didn't know before when I moved here. I was just a scared little boy. That, because I know my family are like, hey, you should come back to Florida. Like, what? They got the Everglades. Like, there's nothing there. Like, they got alligators.
Yeah.
Here, I mean, you can go to National Sequoia National Park and
Joshua Tree.
Yosemite.
Yeah.
Big Bear. Where else
Yellowstone.
do you want to?
Yeah. Redwoods, San Francisco.
Oh, God.
Dude, like
I
it's
love
endless.
San Francisco.
Monterey. Dude. Yeah.
We're good. We're in a good spot. Like, if we're going to live life, you want to live out here.
I think so, dude. I'm a big fan of California. I think this state is fucking rocking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust me, dude. Like at least you could have went to Tampa, you could have went to Orlando, some other like pretty cities.
Yeah.
Chicago is basically it, You go 60 miles outside the city and you're in prairie land, farmland, and it's really not, where am I going to take a trip to Wisconsin, Indiana? No offense, guys. It's crappy. Yeah, dude. It's like, so it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to just jump in a car and go somewhere cool.
But you don't need to be anywhere nowadays to be popular and make money. Like, you'd be a YouTuber in Delaware if you want, maybe not Delaware, but anywhere else, or South Dakota, one of the. Now we're just like.
I was actually going to go to Montana.
Yeah.
And because they got the Glacier National Park there.
Oh.
So we booked the flight, and then we tried renting a car. No car available, dude.
Oh, you can't rent cars?
No, they're all sold out.
Oh, they're all sold out.
Yeah, it's a small town you got to fly into.
Wow.
And we had to cancel. We had to cancel the flights. So that's
I
why
heard flights are like really cheap. Too,
yeah,
right now.
dude, it was $286. Dude, normally it's a lot more. I mean, it's basically almost Canada. It's like that close.
Cool. cool.
Like where we're gonna go?
There's some cool places in Canada too. I've looked cool parks and
Really?
really beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
like Vancouver, I think.
Yeah, I'd like to go.
British Columbia. Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto is kind of far, right? I think it's on the other side.
I don't know.
Yeah. They filmed a lot of movies out there.
Yeah.
Tommy Boy.
Oh yeah.
It's
Dude.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Classics.
21 Jump Street.
Was that what, Toronto? Or,
Canada.
oh, it was Canada.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was Vancouver or Toronto.
Well, those are movie towns because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
But they have Hollywood sets and they shoot a lot of big movies in Vancouver and Toronto.
Yeah.
For a long time. But I've never been there.
Me neither.
They got big stages, everything. It's Hollywood there. It's like Hollywood not in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like it's all the Hollywood people in Canada shooting.
Yeah.
The movie Scream, they wanted to shoot that in Canada, but Wes Craven was like, no, I want it to be very American, like I don't know if it was the Victorian houses, I forget, but he wanted that vibe because once you go to Canada, like you're losing the wherever, I don't know where, I'm stupid, but it's not looking like America anymore.
Yeah.
Like old school America, whatever. He was going for that vibe, and you're losing so he was like, no, I don't want, even though it was going to be cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
where was it filmed?
I don't know.
Oh. Thanks
but
a lot, Sean.
But it wasn't in Canada. He didn't want to do it because even though it was going to be a lot cheaper. I just remember that.
Okay.
He wasn't going to get it was going to look like, I'm going to stop talking. This is really started to go bad.
Do you have a favorite director?
Yeah, Wes Craven. No, favorite director. I mean, Quentin Tarantino and I would just say Rob Zombie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Nice. And do you want to just continue making the horror genre, or do you want to one day maybe try like a romantic comedy?
Yeah, sure.
You just love filmmaking.
Yeah. I mean, I would never be able to do anything smart. No. I keep talking myself the whole time.
If you want smart, I'm not the guy.
I'm not the guy. I'm good with the stoner comedies.
Dude, make the next Old School. That's fine.
Fuck yeah. I like the path that I'm on with this, like even you were agreeing, like combining these weird horror with the different.
Keep doing that, dude.
Yeah. I'm just trying to find my niche.
Nobody's doing that.
Peter Jackson started with horror and then he made Lord of the Rings, so I don't know. I mean, I'm whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make Lord of the Rings, but I'm up for whatever it takes me.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, I grew up on. I love Halloween and not the movie, the holiday or tradition, and I love haunted houses so much. Like I love the whole atmosphere of a haunted house, and love rock music, heavy metal kind of goes within the horror. I like all that stuff. I'm a white person. That's what we like.
Yeah.
We like
rock and roll
and horror,
cocaine.
Horror and cocaine and black bitches
and eating people.
It's not. Yeah. But definitely Rob Zombie was my inspiration. But I also like those guys like Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah.
Who did the very low budget B horror stuff. Still has his company Trauma Films.
Oh, okay.
They make some funny ass horror stuff and it's a borderline porno.
Oh, wow.
And it's very hilarious and over the top, everything.
Nice.
Special effects are always amazing.
Cool.
But he's been together for 50 years. He's the longest running traditional indie horror.
Nice.
He never sold himself to the man. He's always kept it indie.
That's cool.
Yeah, that guy is fucking awesome. And James Gunn comes from there. There's a lot of big directors that come from him.
Nice.
James Gunn, who did Guardians of the Galaxy and the new Suicide Squad, was directed some of his movies, and he was part of the Trauma team and stuff like that. That's another awesome director, James Gunn. That's a cool career. He did horror, and then he went to, he was writing scripts, did Scooby-Doo, and then did that phenomenon Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like those guys' careers are cool. But that guy is like a fucking true writer, like magnificent writer. I get a lot of people helping me. This is what it is. Like I'll write out the whole thing, and then I'll get a lot of different minds on it, and then try to figure out what the best thing is for it, and if so it can still be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these guys like Quentin Tarantino, they're amazing writers. Yeah. That's
dude. Everyone's different.
another
Everyone
level.
has their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Cool. And you got yours. More weaknesses than strengths.
Oh yeah, for
it-
sure.
As far as you go.
Yeah.
Like, you'd be your worst agent. You'd be like, you know what? Actually, Sean, he'll do it for a lot less.
Yeah. Don't let the people know that. I'll do it for the
dude,
experience.
You're great, dude. You're very talented, and you're very humble, and that's where a lot of great artists lie, dude. They're extremely humble, and you're very critical of yourself, and I think that's where a lot of the self-sabotage goes, dude. And, I can relate to that. Believe me, I can't stand listening to my stand-up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I hope there's not a lot of it in Cannibal Comedian, because it's very difficult for me to see myself. And but I had fun doing it, and I wish you the best, buddy. And
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we'll have you on again, and we'll talk further about the movie once it's getting close to coming out or out. In the meantime, check out cannibalcomedian.com and Sean Haitz. Not Heist. Heights.
I like Heights.
I know.
Heist.
That's your new stage name,
Sean
dude.
Heist. That's cool.
Sean Haitz. And check him out, guys, on social media as well, Twitter and on Instagram.
Yeah.
And do you guys have a YouTube channel?
I just have mine.
Oh, okay.
I throw some trailers on there and stuff like that, but I'm not that active on YouTube.
Okay.
I've been pretty active on Instagram,
Nice.
Twitter.
Getting those stories out there.
Yeah, getting those stories, ramping up the Big Top Evil, the Cannibal Comedian Instagram page.
Yeah.
Trying to post something a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, man. Well, check them out, guys. Yeah. And thank you for listening. And good night.
Thanks, Eric.
Thank you.
I gotta be fresh.